Hello, and welcome to DC30 and our final Mythic Odyssey of Theros for this year in this campaign. D&D with an ancient Greek twist. What a long journey it's been. You've traveled up and down the continent in-game. I've traveled up and down the European continent out of game, meeting the friends I've made along the way. And tonight, it all comes to a close. Just so we can do it all over again. I am your Dungeon Master, Romeo. I'll be joined shortly by Morse. I am currently joined by the Radiant Virla, the joyous and kindly Tamara, the huge-hearted Ali. Shut up and take the compliment, motherfucker.
Take the compliment. We love you, okay?
It's impossible.
We love you!
Listen, when I asked you to put together a one-shot for my birthday, you, without hesitation, crafted an incredible story. So, you shut up. Take your hood off. Take your hood off. Fucking hell, like a vampire to the sunlight, I will drag you into positivity. Exactly. And love of my life, Violet, who is 50-50 on whether she's just getting food or she fell asleep. Hopefully the former. And thank you to everybody who who's tuning in tonight. Vexy Chillin, ASMR Mew, Donk7, Drapsnat Lurks, Alicidra, A Lonely Girl, 01ella, and 00_Emily. Thank you all for tuning in. It's sure to be a doozy. Unless anybody has anything they wish to say, I'm happy to kick things straight off with the series finale of our Mythic Odyssey of Theros. And we're back. Oh, so funny confession. I realized with 15 minutes to spare before we tuned in tonight that I had forgotten to update your character sheets, so I quickly rushed through that. But there they are, level 20 for all to see.
Yay!
So, last we left off, Tempest, you finally, after being set on your journey so long ago, after acquiring all your pieces of divinity, after going through all the trials and tribulations, both inner and outer, that you did, squared off against Timarit the Murder King, seizing the chance brought to you by your allies, who were engaging with his armies below. Things looked hairy for more than one moment. And had there been a single additional death, at least one of you would not be coming home. You took it right to the line, and then tore your victory from Tiamat, and smote his ruin upon the mountainside. And we come to now, as you begin your journey, your descent back down the mountain. Huh. Oh, yeah, right. I don't think I've got Stream Deck open. Sorry, 1 second. Oh, sorry.
It's fucking Wimdy!
Sorry, I forgot to do the Video Ninja thing. 1 second. Oh, man. Like, I need to capture the audio of Tamar saying it's fucking Wimdy and turn that into an emote. Like, 500 bits for it's fucking Wimdy. Better?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll say Scotty is sort of slinking back a little bit, chilling as he's carried by Amalia, and you begin your descent down the mountain. I'll mention as well that runic portal that was behind Tiamat upon his death, and then just so the energy, the purple energy, exploded outwards, and then the levitating sections of the arch just sealing it off. So, Tempest, what would you like to do?
At this point, I would like to look out down the mountain and see if there's any other returned which are still active or have otherwise fallen.
Make a perception check.
Ready. Let's do this. Oh, not good. 10.
Well, that's appropriate because, so you guys are on the far side of the mountain, as in the mountain to the side that's away from Akros. So, as you saw before, all the undead monsters, fiends, and returned that were coming through were immediately coming to join the fray. So you'd have to at least scale over this section in order to be on the right side of the mountain.
Okay. In that case, I would like to at least look to see if I could. What's the fastest, easiest? Well, what's the fastest, if not easiest way to look and see what us defeating the Murder King has done to the army of dead assailing Akros?
You'd basically just get to the other side of the mountain so you could observe the battlefield below. You did see like a whole miasma of death energies get released upon his death. It wasn't as simple as a decapitation. He exploded. Well, not like literally, but basically there was a blast wave of energies that came out of him.
Lara, I don't know how good you feel like magic-wise, but do you think it would make sense to message, I don't know, your father, Daxus, anyone, and see if they're alive, how things are going, just so we know if we can, like, you know, limp down there or if we need to rush?
That is a really smart idea, Cynthia. Just one problem. I thought we were gonna like fight, so I didn't prepare sending.
I'm also tapped out of bolstering magic, so I can't give anyone any spell slots.
That is so fair, but also that never stopped you before. So
Well, this was kind of like my production,
Okay,
and I was like
I
not
will leave
accepting.
it. I'm gonna regret saying this, but I will leave it up to the honesty of my players. So your divine intervention let you take a long rest, everything
Yeah.
included. You would have had the opportunity to prepare different spells. Would you have prepared sending
No.
mid-fight? Okay, that's fair.
That would be weird weird. Mid-fight, it's like, hello, let me just message Xanthia from
But is
beyond
that
the
not the
grave.
most
Hey, girl,
Helena? But is
hey.
that not the most Helena thing to ever Helena?
It is true, but I'm not sure if she
Right.
would.
2 seconds. Roleplay amongst yourselves. I'm gonna go get Morse.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
I can just run really fast.
no.
I can get to them super fast, Xanthia.
No, don't do that.
But I can. Do you want me to run really fast? I can run super fast.
Yeah, but what if there's still like plenty of undead and then you're gone and then we're here and someone... Yeah. Maybe let's just not split up right now.
Oh. But okay. But I can.
I know you can.
Alright. While we're here, how are you doing, Buckyos?
Oh, yeah, fine. Just losing my shit in terms of going back and facing a situation I can't smack with an axe or beat down. You know,
Well, you could try. I
could-
believe that you can.
I mean, I could try and kill everyone in Akros. That's a good. That could definitely work. That'd
That's
solve literally all my problems.
Yeah.
But then I'd have to kill you, and then that'd be a problem.
Oh.
Because if I have to kill you, then I'd get to kill Xanthia, and then once I get to kill
Wait,
Xanthia,
why would you have to kill me?
well, because you're from Akros too.
Yeah, but I'm on your side.
Even if I kill everyone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Of course.
Okay. Man, wow. I mean, being a super powerful has turned you into a bit of a sociopath.
I've always been this way, Buckyos. Do you remember that island with the big snake? Where I
Yeah.
was willing to be petrified for the rest of my life so you could have your pieces of divinity?
Oh no, but that wasn't you. That was you being actually generous, kind, and self-sacrificing. That wasn't you deciding that genocide is the option.
Well, if it's the only option, let's go for it.
Well, okay. Can we just? All right, it's not the only option, but I can't believe that I'm trying to talk sense into you. But let's keep genocide in the back pocket, okay?
Okay, but I honestly don't know where this got confusing. I've told you multiple times that we'll burn Echoes down to the ground for you.
Yeah, but Akros is just a place. There are people there, and they can leave a burning building. But this is the first time I'm actually saying that the place doesn't matter. I have to deal and kill everyone in their town. And you're like, yeah, all right, let's do it. Burning that across to the down is just destroying the place, not killing the people.
Well, I kind of meant also the people when I said
Oh.
that. I understand where that got a little bit confusing.
Okay, all right. I mean, did seeing Xanthia's head fly off, which was beautiful, by the way, did seeing that kind of make turn you into a dark protagonist?
No, I've always been this way. I just think you haven't noticed.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, what's the phrase? Rose-tinted spectacles on someone because you respect and like them. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Also, can we just circle back here?
All right,
you
he's
said
logging
you
in.
like seeing my head fly off? Hello?
Yeah, hello,
What did I
Buckyos. That's
Oh,
a
that
bit
was-
of a red flag, Buckyos. I'm gonna be honest. The whole genocide thing, it's starting to sound a little bit less fun.
Listen, watching someone's head fly off after they've caused you nothing but inconvenience and hardship for the last 2.5 years was definitely a stress reliever.
What have I ever done to you except
You
keep this
stole
stupid
my
belt?
belt.
I found it!
It was meant for me. It might as well have had Botch would be
I
amazing
fucking
with this
picked it up.
item.
It was in my fucking dragon's hoard.
It was in our dragon sword. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
so the dragon also killed our family then?
Well, but we all killed it together. It was a team effort.
Yeah, sure.
I thought people from Melodies were meant to be, compassionate, kind, sensible, sharing, giving, knowledgeable,
Yeah,
and
I'm
wise.
not from Melodies after all.
Oh, where are you from again?
You wouldn't know it.
No, that's true. I never wanted to be where the fishy people were.
Okay. Okay. This day has been too long for.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think Xanthi, you should have your Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Honestly, I think you should need to calm down.
Held out as long as... really going for that, like, for Botch's death, aren't you?
Hey, Bacchus,
Yeah,
can you make me a charisma save, please?
sure can.
You don't get to add +4 this time.
Ah. 4.
You are banished.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
All right.
okay. Does Xanthia have command?
I know I have access to it. I don't know if I prepped it. I don't think I prepped it.
Okay, never mind. My favorite word to use with command is defecate.
I mean, that's a given anyway with Botch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you could pull a Sam Regal and ask me to do something else.
Oh, Moss, remember to use Firefox, not Safari.
Copy that. You should still be able to hear me okay, Karen.
Yeah, I can hear you. You're just a bit staggered with the visuals. Babe, you still okay?
Peace and quiet, peace and quiet. We love Bacchus. We love Bacchus. Right.
I just assumed the best. Most of mine just dropping her a message as well, just in case.
Yeah, I'll check in now.
Okay, thank you. All right. You scale over this section of the mountain, Mount Platea, and you see it. There is still fighting down below. Returned are not, they are not the Chitauri, they are not mindless thralls raised by Timaret. Each one is capable of acting independently. But this army was not comprised entirely of returned. Anybody who wants to can make an insight check. Or perception, your choice.
$13.
23.
23. Hidira, there were constructs of bone and sinew. Tall undead titans, skeleton giants, phantoms circling in the sky. You don't see those anymore. And you be surprised if your allies were able to deal with all of them since you last saw them. You get the sense that whilst the greater army itself may not have been raised by Timaret, there were many things that were, many powerful things. You swear you also see the army itself be thinner. You remember there was skeletal cannon fodder that was supplanting the returned. Those don't seem to be there anymore. So whilst it's not end of Avengers 1, snap your fingers, the whole army dies, the bulk of their sort of big guns are no longer by their side, and you know that that is going to allow the tide to turn.
I say all of that precisely how Romeo just said it.
Wonderful.
Word
I think
for
at this
word.
point, Bacchus would also return.
Interesting point with banishment. I return where you banish me. So
Yeah.
so you don't see me come back.
Botch, make a stealth check.
Oh yeah, I'm hiding.
God.
I'm giving you advantage because this is basically the equivalent of favored terrain, like the mountains of Akaros.
Stealth check. That is a dirty 20.
What is everybody's passive perception?
11.
15.
They.
Bear with me. I don't think much higher, and I don't think Skatinos is paying much attention either.
Oh, yeah, Scotty, you have disadvantage on this, which I think is a -5 to your passive because you are just fuckled.
Yeah, so 11 then
Okay.
for me.
Yeah.
What would you like to do? They do not notice you.
I'm going to choose to continue to stay out of sight of the very powerful wizards.
Okay.
The cleric and the paladin, who I still have plans for.
Okay. Now.
What did I do?
Okay. So, would Xanthia wonder where Botch is eventually, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, how quickly? Like, would you look for him immediately after banishment vanishes, or would you wait a while?
I think I would give him like an additional 5 minutes or so just to
Okay.
cool down from his temper tantrum.
Cool.
I was not having
So-
a temper tantrum. I was just talking.
So, new stealth check, then, with advantage, contested this time by Xanthia's perception check as she's looking around, wondering where Botch is.
That is a 18.
Oh, can I use my divine sense to see if he's within 60 feet of me?
He's not a...
I can also detect good, just in general.
I am not good. I am neutral.
Shit.
Does it detect stuff that's consecrated, though?
I think so. Yeah.
But your swords are absolutely consecrated, unfortunately. How would you keep your distance, or...
Here's the thing. I'm keeping my distance. The way I imagine it is this. I come back to the material plane and see the footprints going up into the in the snow, going up to the peak of the mountain, going around, and I would like to essentially stay on this side of the mountain, at least a good 100 feet, I would say, away from these guys.
No! I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, 100 feet is wider than divine sense. So you don't
Okay.
notice a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. My general perception check is just a dirty 20.
Oh, so you do... then you would see my my head poking up over the top of the ridge. You just see my bald head glinting in the sun.
You're like Diglett.
Diggly dig, botch, botchlet, botch, botchlet, botch, botchy, botchy, botchy.
Okay.
Okay, I pop my head back down. Seeing that she spotted me, I pop my head back down, and I'm going to attempt to beat them down the mountain by using my knowledge of the wilds to stay out of sight, but also get down to head them off
Okay.
at the pass, so to speak.
Oh, that is not what I thought you were going to do.
No, I'm not that mean.
I'm just imagining the Simpsons movie sequence where Bart just collapses and just...
I was not gonna cause an avalanche.
Good.
I mean, I don't want to. If it had been on real talk, if it was earlier in the campaign and we weren't about to finish, I don't want to be the one that caused. I don't want the campaign to end like that.
Okay, what if I guarantee it is the DM that there'd be no consequence?
No. I've got something else planned. Trust me.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Botch, make a survival check, and I will say who's leading the trek back down the mountain.
Not me.
I'm the fastest and I left first,
you're
so
very
I'm going
perceptive.
down.
Okay, survival check by Heliera.
Uh-oh.
That's
Also, I will
33.
point out
Oh.
Natural 19
where
plus
it's spotted.
14.
Back is to Lara.
Sorry, say
19 for my
that
survival.
again tomorrow?
I will point out where I spotted Bacchus to Hilera.
Okay.
So she's aware that he's lurking somewhere.
Okay, that's fine.
Do I see Butch doing something nefarious?
How hard are you trying to hide Botch? At this
Oh,
point?
I'm trying to become like Shadow and Vader.
Okay, make a stealth check. Perception check, Heliera.
Okay. Okay, not bad. 19.
Nope, natural 3.
You see nothing, and Botch, you get to the bottom of the mountain with like 20 minutes to spare on them.
Excellent. Okay. I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing via WhatsApp because I don't want to tell
no.
because here's the thing, it's pure I just want to see what these
private
guys'
chat.
reaction is. So I've been holding on to this for months.
Okay.
I am scared.
Yeah, me too.
He's typing.
Tamara, do we have to talk about our epilogue a little bit more?
Yeah, I think maybe, yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Xanthia might have changed her mind on something.
Yeah, no. She might have vetoed it. I understand. That is fair.
Can I, in 20 minutes, will you let me attempt to put something together like that?
Roll a straight dexterity check.
Oh, hell yeah. 15.
Okay. I'll allow it.
Yes.
Okay.
And I've also got one charge of this left to really sell the spectacle. So I've got one charge of that left that I've been holding on also for months.
Okay. I'm gonna set the DC for this.
All right.
As the two of you come down the mountain, I need a perception check from Heliera if she's leading the charge. Or actually, perception checks from both of you, Heliera and Xanthia.
Okay.
7.
17.
Okay. Ali, roll a performance check.
Hell yeah, the first ever one Botch has done in this campaign. 14.
Okay. Heliera, you don't buy this. Xanthia, you see a column of green flames erupt from the ground in front of you before, through the hazy, blizzardy fog, you see the beating wings of a massive blue dragon.
Oh, real fucking mature Bacchios.
Bacchios, what did you do?
I wanted to surprise you with
To be clear,
finery.
with a 7, Xanthia, before you say, "Oh, real mature Bacchios," you go, "Ah!"
You do shit yourself a tiny bit.
It's like you believe it enough to let out a scream, and then you're like, "Oh, fuck!"
Fair enough.
Well, I thought it was, time. I've been carrying this shit around for months, and you guys haven't asked me for it, to sell it or to use it. So I thought I might as well use it just once. And taking off the facsimile dragon costume, which is worth thousands of gold, I just leave it in the snow.
Amazing.
Just leave it in
And
the
I'm like,
snow.
oh, such a huge weight off my shoulders. Fuck. It's like 200 pounds of weight.
Oh my god. This reminds me of that Family Guy bit where they're struggling to pull Peter out of the crevice out.
I found a
and they're
rock I like.
Yeah, I found a rock.
Yeah, literally. Oh, that's such a weight off my mind. Oh. All right, let's go, guys. Come on.
All right.
Healer's just standing there for a second, watching him go, and just like, I'm regretting so many of my life choices.
Also, the last use of the Balefire brew, which I bought back in Melitis, in IRL over a year and a half ago.
What about your Battle Brew bomb you have, that other keg that you looted from the dragon?
Oh, I'm keeping that. That's for something else.
Okay.
Oh, I'm planning on using everything in my inventory tonight.
Okay.
There's also ambergris rock that I'm planning on using for something as well.
You guys had so much money that you never used.
Yeah, I have 17,000 gold.
Blizzard gives way to snowfall. As mountain slope gives way to alpine slope. And gives way to flat ground again. At this point you see, with almost the choir music at the end of Return of the King in slow motion, has returned scatter, their lines broken. Fiends just being dragged back to the underworld through portals, their enchantments binding them broken. There are a couple that try to start something with you as they cross your path, but at this point, it is second nature, without all, like almost in a haze. You envelop Skotinos, who is... Oh no, Skotinos, you can walk at the moment. You can walk.
I can. I'm a little bit staggery,
Yeah.
and occasionally I kind of reach out and I have to kind of like grab onto a shoulder to kind of support myself. But I'm powering on my own steam and using the Gemrod as a bit of a support.
At this point, their lines are broken. So I will ask you all, starting with you, Ali. Would you like to describe how Botch handles those return that still come his way, the monsters that still come his way as their lines are broken and scattered?
Yeah. As I see them come towards me, I go right one final time and crack my neck and get Nimiras out and to quote a great man, as he brandishes his guns on live TV, I just start swinging. And I'm just gonna charge. I'm gonna just charge into these guys, swinging Nimiras with blind rage, and any that try to get away, I'm essentially going to utilize Nimiras' range and pull effect to say, nope, I'm not letting any get away. They are all going to die.
And you
at
do.
my hands.
And you do. Before I add my piece, Xanthia. How does Xanthia enter this fray?
I think Xanthia would use up whatever's still left of Atmos's power for the day, and just like sending out geyser strike after geyser strike, and like pushing just like swaths of them away at a time, and like burning their flesh off, and like whatever's left of their flesh.
And with an entire geyser strike, you send them off the cliff into the abyss below, and just at one point, an entire steam lance just pointing as it strips flesh from bone. Hilira, would you like to describe your approach to this fray?
I'm just using Turn Undead to destroy them all.
And they explode outwards. Xanthia, as you and Botch, like, swing around and find yourselves back to back, your weapons both ignite with holy fire and lava once more. As entering the fray, missed me.
Daxos!
And right behind him, Defili literally like jumps off of his shoulder and like just takes 4 heads off with Eldritch Blast. And it is a cornucopia of carnage as Daxos, maintaining holy weapon, at this point starts handing out fireballs like they're going out of style. And it is utter pandemonium. In an almost mirrored moment, Daxos and Defili land back to back as he sends out a lance of fire and magma and she sends out a lance of lightning. And you just like from an aerial view, a red beam and a blue beam. And similarly, although quite differently, Botch and Xanthia back to back as in a moment, if you'll allow it, where all past grudges dry up for just a moment. Botch, you clasp Xanthia on the hand and, like, basically, like, do, like, circles over your head as Xanthia just lawn mowers undead heads and just power along and, like, with a similar synergy, you all cut loose. Ilira, you literally, this time, like, you just run between them, and you tap them, each one of them, like, on the forehead, one after the other. At the speed you're moving, they scatter like leaves. Until there's nothing left. An empty battlefield. Thousands of your own dead. but so many thousands more of theirs, scattered to the four winds. You won. And there's a creeping that gets louder. And it's cheering. As you just hear echoes of cheers reverberating throughout the city. We did it.
Yeah. Have you seen my dad, Axos?
No, I lost sight of him in the fray.
All right. I'm gonna try and find my dad.
Yeah. He looks at Defili for a moment. Proud of you. Ditto. And they high-five each other, and as they high-five each other, you hear two separate, and they're like simultaneously. I need a year's sleep in a new body, says Defili as she just sits down.
Same.
Scotinus is going to kind of hobble over to Hilera and say, "Do you need a hand looking?"
I can run really fast. I think I should be fine. You probably need a lot of rest.
Okay.
Okay. I love you, Scotty. And then I start running to find my dad.
You run off. Make an investigation check.
13?
You run. And you bump into someone almost inadvertently. You didn't realize how crowded the throngs were. You look up.
Ow.
Sorry. It's Molpadia.
Hi.
Hilira.
Hi.
Make an insight check.
Oh no. Oh no. What's this? 18.
She sees you and her eyes begin to well up.
Wait, what? Have you seen my dad?
She fishes through her cloak. And she pulls out a familiar helmet.
Okay.
The once resplendent blonde bronze, covered in scorch marks, and a scour splitting the dome.
He's all right, right?
Hilira.
No, he has to be all right. Where is he?
She holds out the helmet. This was all that was left.
No.
I tried. I tried so hard. He laid down his life so that you could get away.
No. Healer runs away.
Which way?
She starts running around frantically, casting message, which is a cantrip, and
Yeah.
just screaming, "Dad! Dad! Where are you? Dad! Dad!
There is no response.
Dad!"
How far behind would you guys be?
30, 40 feet?
think-
Sure, actually, well, if she's running as fast as she can, then probably quite some way away.
All right. I'll say
I feel like we've lost her at this point.
Yeah, especially since Xanthia would also try not to leave Scotty behind somewhere.
Yeah.
He's not fast at the moment.
about
Yeah,
30.
Scotinus keeps trying it where possible to go. I'm okay. I can keep going, but there is an element he is kind of slowing the group down without intending to, trying to keep up the group. Moving seems to be a lot of effort for him at the moment.
About 30 minutes later, you all come to within the gates of Faragax. Hilira's nowhere to be found. Hilira, during this entire exchange, you do not hear any response. But you guys do find Molpadia just sat on the ground, and like in a daze almost. She is covered in rubble, like she has like sort of like that white soot thing. Her nose is bleeding. She has a laceration on her arm. She is wrecked. But she is just staring into the middle distance and just silent tears streaking down her face.
Anybody else?
I tried. I'm sorry, I tried. He lugs up and holds out the helmet.
Do we recognize it?
Yeah. The plume is the section that holds the red plume is carved in the shape of a bear, of a lunging bear. It's a very easily discernible helm.
Have you seen Hillyra already?
She ran off. She's calling out to him. That fucking Minotaur.
What happened to that? The Minotaur, what happened to him? Where did he go?
He disappeared in a cloud of feathers.
Not this again.
I don't even know what he was doing here.
He was a worshipper of that.
Typhon?
Yeah, Typhon.
Typhon. That explains the deformations.
But why?
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be so clinical.
It almost seemed like he wanted us to get to the Murder King. I don't know why, but we had an opportunity and we had to.
I don't
Who
know
else?
either.
Anyone else that's fallen? Or you know of?
I have not taken stock. I rushed to Icarion's aid. He and his platoon stood alone against the Minotaur. They held it to the last man. Me and my warriors joined them, but it was pandemonium. That Minotaur, he pierced my soldiers' minds. He unleashed plagues upon them. Only I lived. Warriors I'd fought with my whole life gone. There was nothing left. She's wailing at this point. Like, she holds up the helmet. This was all that was left.
Can I pull her into a hug?
She joins you. I feel like I failed, Hilira.
I mean, we all knew that not everyone would make it out today.
But we all always say to ourselves, if I just swung harder, if I just fought angrier.
I know that feeling. But
She
yeah, this,
wipes her eyes. I'm sorry. I'll let you find Hilira. Go be with your loved ones. I'll deal with the nitty-gritty. And you know that demeanor. A professional who, despite the heavy weight on their heart, is being counted on right now. Militians! Count the dead. A full tally within the hour. And she like a light switch, she is in boss mode. So what are you doing?
As she starts barking orders, there'll be a gentle hand on her shoulder as Scotinos kind of tries to grab her attention. Goes, the daughters of Nedia. Have you seen them?
I lost sight. I've been here for the last hour.
And with that, he just kind of like gently claps her shoulder and goes, I'll find them. And yeah, he'll rejoin the group and will quietly like goes to say to Xanthian, then goes, maybe not a good idea, and goes to say to Botch, I think I need to see if who of the daughters survived.
Yeah.
But I guess I'll meet you guys in a bit if you want to find where Hilira's gone.
I'm sure I'll have a look.
And Scotinos is going to hobble off, searching in a very, very slow manner.
Amalia will just pick you up and...
Oh, thank you.
I got you.
Cool. Then we both go to
Okay.
search.
We'll start with Scotinos. It takes about half an hour. The daughters of Nelia were basically tied up towards the front of the bridge. That's where they remained. You see immediately there are fewer of them. But as hard as she is to miss, you spot a familiar mane of dirty blonde hair, framing a giantess of a woman.
I will.
She has the entire head of a spear buried in her thigh, and she's just like sat down. But she's chatting like casually, as if it doesn't hurt at all.
Kind of, I do my best to kind of, from where I am, I kind of hobble into a more comfortable position. Try and lazily lean on Gelio to try and look a bit more casual. Barely passes.
Fuck me!
And,
the beam she like clutches to steady herself splinters as she forgets, like she tries to stand up and forgets that she has a spear in like her entire gluteus. Hey, how you feeling, babe? On cue.
Has Gelio seen me?
Gelio? You mean Galatea?
Sorry, Galatea.
Yes, she's
I'm
seen
in
you.
love with my weapon.
She's seen you, and she basically like puts her hand on Eora, her like friend, the one with the black hair, and steadies herself. We're both equally fucked up, wouldn't you say?
I think now is probably one of the few chances. I fancy my chances. And I go and attempt to wrestle her and take like 2 steps, and I am just like, my legs just give in.
She literally, even in this day, she palms the scruff of your collar, pulls you in, and it's just fireworks as she pulls you into a kiss. And she sets you down. I'm going to turn your pelvis into powder tonight.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm going to spend some time with the daughters I just stay with the daughters,
Okay.
and I'll support with as I'll kind of, as I kind of get my bearings, see as they're making account of who they've got, who they've lost, noting those that like familiar faces that I have seen maybe in passing or had more of a longer conversation when I was working with the daughters, and just be present as everyone comes to terms with.
Okay.
Those we've lost.
Amalia will stay with you for a minute whilst I'm getting a DM from Vi. I think she's having a little trouble connecting, but circling around. Oh, can connect, just can't hear. Will Send new link. Maybe that'll help. Xanthia and Botch, what are you doing?
Okay, Bacchus, you know the city a lot better than I do. What do you think where we should look?
Shit, that's a really good question. I think we should check out all of the places associated with her family. She's probably gone to look for some semblance of her dad still being alive, or someone that could tell her what the fuck just went down, you know. So I'm thinking, yeah, let's just. So I start listing off all the places I think she might be based on my time in the city.
Okay. If you take the time to visit those places, Heliera, would they find you at any of these places?
Sorry, where are you guys looking?
Just anywhere that you might have gone to search for some kind of family connection or somebody that can tell you what happened while we were gone, anything like that at all.
Yeah, she would have eventually gone
Okay.
back.
I'm gonna say rollies then, because this is a happenstance. And you're looking to get within 5 feet of the number 5 of each other.
Oh, okay.
Either one. So you both roll, so it's technically advantage 3.
7.
So, yeah.
That does it. So where do they find you?
Hillary would have probably gone back to their house. And I think she's upstairs looking in her parents' bedroom.
Oh, sorry, I did a stupid thing. Sorry, 2 seconds. I accidentally replaced Viola with Violet. Let me just because I meant to paste the solo link, but you both start with a V, so... So Violet's on screen twice right now. 1 second. Okay, fixed. Violet, quick question. Are you up to speed on what happened?
Yep.
Cool.
I'm with Spotty and Sampia and Bats are looking for Bela because, stuff happens.
Yeah. So you arrive at the abode of the Roaring Bear. Hilira's brothers are doing their best to maintain a steely demeanor, and in true, well, they are Akrons through and through. They are more concerned with fondly reminiscing over their father's glorious warrior's death than they are with mourning him. To them, he died in the most honorable way that exists. Hilira's mother, on the other hand, is a grief that goes beyond tears. And she's just... Whilst Hilira's sister, her daughter, tries to comfort her, Europa. Europa looks up at you all and just wordlessly points to the house. And you find Hilira in her parents' bedroom. Are you looking for anything in particular in your parents' bedroom?
Yes, I'm looking for any diamond jewelry I can find.
Make an investigation check.
19.
You find a necklace your father gave your mother on their 20th anniversary. A series of tear-shaped diamonds. In perfect unison, 9 of them in total. What is the value that you need?
25,000.
Yep.
And I think I have 2 or 3 myself already. Oh, I have 4 myself.
Yeah, Xanthia has 600 GP worth of diamonds.
So we have 4,600 and we need 25,000 GP.
This necklace is worth 10,000 by itself.
Fuck. So we have 14,600. I'm gonna keep looking.
Make an investigation check.
17.
You find between all the other jewelry in the house, an additional 1,700, I'll say.
I'm not even close. That is.
Do you tell your mother what you're trying to do?
If someone asks, yes. But Hilaire is like,
I assume after seeing you zoom across the house, Hilira, what are you doing?
I need to find diamonds. I can bring it back if I have enough diamonds.
Your brother's chiming in at this point. Hilira,
Yeah.
would he want that?
I need it back.
At the cost of his soul?
No. I can bring it back with his soul. I'm really powerful.
Not that kind of soul. He was a warrior through and through. He fell protecting the thing he loved most. His city, his daughter. No, he was my father too, but I understood that he was a warrior as well.
I don't need him to be a warrior. I need him to be my dad. I don't care.
Wordlessly, Europa and your mother both pull just a couple rings and like a pendant. You get an extra 1,000.
Okay, so that's 17. I need 5, 6, 7, 8,000 more, you guys.
Okay.
I'm almost there.
You guys had some large diamonds from the dragon, right?
We didn't get any diamonds, I think.
There were 2 large diamonds who together made up like 4,000. I remember because there was we
Check
spent.
to see if I've got them, but I don't think I've got any diamonds at all.
We got 1 diamond worth 1,000 GP from the Dragon's Hoard.
Oh, there was 2 sapphires. Sorry.
2 jacinths and 3 sapphires. The note taker is added again.
Woo woo!
Okay, for the purposes of brevity, I will say that you ask everybody. Daxos is able to give you about 3,000 of diamonds he had so he could cast resurrection himself. He had
Nice.
a bunch chambered. Defeaty doesn't have anything, unfortunately.
Can I run over to my ex-fiance's place and just knock on his door? Yoo-hoo!
You can find him. He's not there. He was in the battle. He is clutching a missing arm.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't
Hilira,
think... Hi, do you have diamonds at home?
it's nice to see you too.
Talk later? Do you have diamonds
Will
at
we
home?
though? You don't have to like me. I am sorry if I ever existed in your life, but
Oh, That's okay. Don't go so dark. It's
I'm just saying, I'm sorry I was so repulsive, okay?
okay. Sure.
Ye-
Don't talk down to yourself like that. It wasn't you. It was
It's not you, it's me.
me. I broke the DM.
Oh my god. For that, he's like, he generally softens. Thank you. That means a lot. Is there something I can help you with?
Do you have diamonds at home? My dad died. I need to bring him back.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh God. Do I have advantage because I gave him a compliment?
No, this is possible because you gave him a compliment.
Damn it. Natural one.
What?
I do, but it's for my engagement ring. Sorry. You snooze, you lose.
Yes, that's exactly what happens. No, it's not. He's like, no, I'm sorry. My family doesn't have a whole lot of jewelry.
Right. Fuck.
Try raiding one of the jewelry smiths.
That is so smart. Oh my God. And I'll clap him on the shoulder. Probably.
Ow!
Yeah, probably that. Okay. Tomorrow I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna see if I can bring your arm back, okay?
Thank you. That actually means a lot.
Yeah, of course. Also, if you see a really, really hot Triton woman, that's my girlfriend. And I run away again.
No, like before you do,
Oh.
he turns and you see there's like a dagger sticking out of his back, and he says, "Why don't you go ahead and hoist that literally while you're at it?"
I can come back if you want me to. Do you want me to help get it out?
No, please. I'm afraid you'll I don't know, tear a pulmonary artery. I'm actually very badly hurt.
I'm a cleric. Why does everyone forget I'm a cleric? I say while running. I know how to pull out a dagger. Jeez Louise, Buckyos taught me very well. Well, relatively well.
Bacchios, I think
Okay,
Xanthia and Bacchios are just trying to keep up. It's like arrived at her fiance's house well after she's left. They're like,
No. Okay, so you guys would have arrived at the same time she was at her fiance's house. I just was waiting for you guys to speak up.
we're running again. Okay, bye.
Okay. Do you search as long as it takes to get the
Yes. Honestly, this is the only thing that's keeping Hilera from breaking down, and she's holding on to that with dear life.
I will say make a general investigation check.
Okay. Come on, I have a +1! That's an 18! So 19.
Not bad.
It takes the better part of 2 hours. Between rings, you guys are the heroes of Melitis. You guys are the heroes of Melitis, the heroes of Akros. People listen to you. And one by one they chip in. Jewelers give you, not every jeweler has 10,000 in diamonds, but over the course of 2 hours, you amass the pile that you need. Yeah, you get the 5,000 that you need.
Okay.
Hilera,
Okay.
real quick before we
Okay.
do this.
Okay.
I mean, just so you know,
Okay.
what your brother said.
Okay.
There might be a possibility that he doesn't want to come back.
But I have to try.
Yeah, I agree, but I just wanted to make you aware of that possibility.
Do you think he doesn't want to come back?
I've known him for 2 days. I think it's a possibility. I don't know how real that possibility is.
He'll come back. He's my dad. He'll want to come back if he knows it's me.
But from what I've learned about the crones is that dying a warrior's death is like a very important thing to them.
But if he comes back, he can do it again, and he can die a hero's death twice.
I mean, maybe. But also, like, this is probably one of the biggest battles that there will be in the foreseeable future, and if I just try to think, like, in the Crone Warrior for a second there, like, I could see how someone who holds these values dear might not want to give up on an end like that. Even if his daughter comes back to ask him to return.
I need to at least try.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I don't, then I'll just regret it, not trying, and
Yeah, of course, yeah.
okay. Do you think we need to find Scotinos first, or should I just do this now?
Do you want him here?
I don't know, it feels weird being away from him. Should we do it at my house?
Yeah. That sounds like a good place.
Okay. Fuck yes, would you want to come back?
I don't know if that's a good idea, because I cannot stand behind what you're about to do. Xanthia is right. Your dad was a warrior, and he died a good death. If you rip that from him, he might be happy to see you, but I don't know if he can stand the shame of not dying the true death of a Necrone warrior today. Maybe instead of trying to run ahead and keep people from being dead, it's time you let things go and move forward. So I will not be going back with you, and I will not try and stop you, but know that that is what I truly believe.
Oh. If you would have died, and I would have tried to bring you back, wouldn't you have come back?
I'm only if the job wasn't complete. But Zakros is saved. Your dad is a hero. And everyone will remember him for all eternity as such. So consider what would your dad want rather than what would you want.
Right. Okay. I give all the diamonds to Xanthia. You guys go back to Scottino's and check if he's okay. I'm, going to go for a second. I'll find you. And Healer will run off again.
Yeah, you run off again.
And I let her go.
As Helia, you run through the winding streets. The tears blur until you cannot see. And you bump into something. And you just land on your ass.
Not again.
And you look up and you see 9 feet tall. A gaunt figure.
Oh.
His entire, internal, guts gone, cinched together in a single tight thing. His ribs sticking out. Long horns, as you see Erebos himself.
I really don't want to talk to you right now.
That's fine. Don't talk to me. But there's someone who would like to talk to you.
Okay.
You have done a noble thing. I appreciate that. My laws may seem arbitrary. And because of that, I appreciate your sacrifice all the more. I'm sorry I cannot give you the permanence you wish. A few small moments, however, that I can permit.
And this doorway opens. And you see these beautiful, lush meadows and fields. Standing at the other end, you see a armored Akroan warrior. It's not permanent, but he'll give you the next minutes or hours. You have this time to just be with him in the Elysian fields. He will give you the chance to say goodbye and spend some time with him.
She's just gonna run up and give him a big hug.
And he pulls you into a tight hug as well. And he'll share with you that the moment death took him, his last thought was running down the golden slopes outside the city with you on his back. No older than 5 or 6. He apologizes for not being the perfect father, but thanks you for allowing him to be the perfect warrior, and he hopes a decent enough father in the end.
Yeah. Euler, do you want me to bring you back? I can bring you back.
If you want me back, I'll do it for you. But please know this. I may have left your life wanting, but you made my life complete. Especially in these last few days, you made my life complete in every way. And if you redeem my life, you may forego the life of another. Erebos does not part with what is his willingly. I can only tell you that my life may prohibit another from rejoining the mortal coil.
I don't know what to do without you, Dad.
That's not true. You'll be fine without me. You are better without me than you ever were with. I know that now. You are strong, Hilira. You don't need me. You never have. Everything you need to be everything you could ever dream of is right here. And he just taps you in the sternum.
This is not fun. I knew this wasn't going to be fun, but I really don't like this.
I love you, Hilira.
I love you too, Dad.
I always have. You are perfect. And it is my greatest failure that I let you ever think otherwise.
Okay.
If my death can teach one thing, I hope it's this. It's something you taught me. We create our own fates in this world. He just takes your hands into his. Now go and create yours. This is your hands and lets them go.
Okay, well, knowing me, I'll get into trouble again, and I'll die way before the rest of my family does, so I'll see you eventually, I guess.
I just hope it's half as good as death as mine.
Yeah, probably not. Yours was pretty epic.
Right? I was like, ah, and then he just fucking disintegrated me, but I still was like, ah. If Xanthia were watching, she'd say that's who she gets it from. Go on. Go on, face whatever comes next. Whatever it is, I know you'll make it wonderful.
Okay.
I'll always be with you, Hilira.
I know. Okay. Bye.
Bye. And he just presses his lips to your forehead. Pulls you into the largest bear hug. Before he stands up. And Erebos stands there waiting. As solid as he was in your dream sequence. Before he opens the doorway again. And as you watch your father walk off into the golden light of the Elysian fields, you step back through this doorway onto the mortal coil.
She's gonna point her finger at Erebos and say, "You take good care of him, okay? Because I will find you."
You have my word on my honor as a god of death.
Okay. Because I will make Amalia kick your ass.
This is one promise. You need not fear any breaking.
Before he shuts the door. And you have one last glimpse of your father as he waves. It's shut forever. As Ikarion takes his place amongst his ancestors and the heroes of legend in the Elysian fields. A perfect death. And the boon of Erebos goes unredeemed, allowing it to be used by another. I will say, circling back, this would have been about 2 hours. You would have had time with your father, and you would have reminisced and talked. So it's during those 2 hours, what would any of the rest of you like to do?
Try to find Scotty and Amalia.
They're easy enough to find.
Yeah, catch them up. Xanthia probably is about to hand all of the diamonds to Scotty and then remembers like, you can't carry them. Okay, I'll keep hold of them.
I mean, why? What?
Was that bit in The Simpsons where Smithers like puts Mr. Burns' toothpaste on and that single-handedly like is enough weight to drop him?
Yeah.
And Scottina's just going to be like at this stage, he's kind of now sat down by the fire with Galatea, and it seems to be of jovial spirits. You notice that he's also taken off most of his attire, so he is almost completely naked, and is still kind of just using the Gelio to kind of like prop himself up, and he's just kind of just warming by the fire. But yeah, kind of looks at him and goes, I mean, they're probably better for Hilira than me.
Yeah.
Any luck finding her?
Oh yeah. She gathered all of this to maybe bring her father back, and Bacchus and I told her that maybe he didn't want that in the first place. She ran off again and told us to go find you.
Well, I mean, I'm not from around here, so I don't really know what the thought process is for her dad, I suppose. But I mean, I can try. Not today, but tomorrow I can try and do what I did for you. But I got the impression that it's very much the epitome of me walking that line. I can't be sure if I can keep doing it, and there is one thing I at least wanted to try and do for one of us that I might not if I do it. But
let's just wait until we find her again. Let's see what she says.
okay. Come sit. We've it was not much, and he kind of hands like what kind of passes for the rations that have kind of been left. And there's one.
Galatea is mid like a roast leg, and she basically holds one out to you of equal size. Xanthia, and she says, "Roast chimera."
Yes.
She is straight up like Obelix in Asterix and Obelix, so like.
I'd removed the tendon, it got stuck in my teeth.
Got you.
And I'll just kind of sit quietly and kind of against Galatea and Amalia, kind of mulling through my next steps, but also just kind of trying to regain my energy.
And unless anybody has anything else they wish to do this evening. It's small surprise for Botch, but certainly all the Miletians, amongst you and amongst the people here, are surprised at Akros' ability to quickly turn things around into a celebration. As celebrations spill out into the streets, homemakers of every ilk, wives and husbands, stay at home either way, spill out and begin cooking and decorating, and in a few short hours, so that by the time things are ready, it's little more than your equivalent of 9 p.m. The entire city is a bustle with lights and music and celebration. Satyrs from the Schola Vale begin sort of parading through the streets and like unleashing music and the likes. And everyone celebrates. The day is won. You watch Daxos and Defili, expecting them to slink off. Instead, for the first time, you see a genuine moment of sweetness as they engage in a vivacious dance in the middle of the floor. The scarred helmet that once belonged to Ikarion of the House of the Roaring Bear is laid upon a funerary pyre. Her brother, Hilira's brothers, 100 lectoi, Bosch included if he so wishes, preside over the funeral pyre. There is no body, unfortunately, so 2 coins for the eyes of the boatman are wedged into the sockets of the helmet. And Hilira's mother steps forward at the end of it all, unclasps a leather cord, the most simple of necklaces. You've heard the story of this cord. It was the first thing he ever gave her. She unclasps that and lays it on the pyre. You gave me 5 beautiful children and a wonderful life. Until I see you again, my love. She steps back. And there is a final the chorus is led by Hilira's brothers, including the injured one, who was given a spear. You have earned your glorious death, Ikarion. Go now unto the abyss with pride. Oh, oh, oh. And Bashu joined them, holding Nimiras aloft amongst the sea of spears. And you swear you see the blades shine and glimmer as the moonlight hits them in a unique way. And you hear in your earbud, he will enjoy eternity. Erebos and I both will see to that.
Is that meant to be in Clothis' voice?
What did I press?
Nothing.
We haven't been hearing the voices so far. We didn't want to...
Wait, have you not heard any of the Erebos voice?
No.
It's okay. We've been hearing your voice and it's been fine.
That's odd. So if I... Oh, that's a bit shit.
halfway through the funerary rite, Seven goes, just hang on, there's technical difficulties as they're trying to light the pyre.
Okay, how about now?
Nope.
Oh, no.
Now. Yeah.
You will enjoy eternity. Erebos and I will see to that.
Fuck, that's annoying, because, like, I meant, you know what, I might, like, go back and edit, like, the sequences so that Erebos' voice is heard for those bits. Anyway. Wouldn't be Theros without a little bit of scuff, right? Does anyone wish to do anything specific with the evening celebrations?
Not with the celebrations, but how is the pyre lit?
With a torch?
No, so there's no like special.
Oh,
who yeah. What is? How does it kind of?
the pyre is simply lit with a torch. Sorry, do you mind? The pyre is simply lit with a torch. All the fancy stuff happens beforehand. So the coins are laid into the eyes, various different aromas and oils are laid around the actual, basically infused with the logs. And then the final thing is just...
Okay, cool. Never mind then.
If you wanted to light it with Galio, you can.
There was a moment when Skatunos considers it, but then decides not to intrude and just lets the moment happen between Hilira and her family.
Tamara, you were going to say something?
I think after the like main bit of the rites are done, Xanthe would go find Hilira if she's there.
I would hope she's there.
Is she there?
I'm not entirely sure she is. I think she might be around somewhere, but she's not like in the main.
That's okay, slinking off to the side.
funeral.
That's
yeah,
okay.
she's somewhere hiding.
Yeah, Xanthe would try to find her. But I don't know. If
Are you
she'll
trying to
succeed.
remain hidden, Hilira?
Yes.
Okay, stealth check followed by Xanthia perception or investigation check.
Nat 1 for
Nat
2.
Natural 20 for 25.
Fate has deemed it.
Xanthia,
I
you
can
like
just
run around like,
imagine-
fuck!
Stopping, like right before Hilira's hiding place. Xanthe's just like, okay, and then just leaves, like 3 feet away from Hilira.
Yeah, exactly.
Hilira will just kind of grab your foot as you walk away.
Xanthia, roll a dexterity saving throw.
No, I just wanted to. Oh.
No, I gotta get one last use of the -1 in.
I didn't mean to trip her.
17.
You plant your fist into the ground, the cracks, and you steady yourself. Damn it, I was hoping for a last nat. One last zero. One last
That would have
zero.
been amazing. Oh,
Down here.
hey.
Hey.
You were gone for a pretty long time.
Yeah, I was. I talked to him for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
When did Butch become the voice of reason? Just in general.
I feel like over the course of the afternoon, at some point, earlier today, not so much, but...
No. I think he likes to pretend he didn't have a temper tantrum, but he did.
Yeah.
With the whole dragon thing, that was like, I hate you, Mom! You know, that vibe.
Yeah. Fair enough. I mean, he's old. You know, you get wiser over the years, I guess.
Well, I wonder when that's gonna kick in for him.
I mean, you did just call him the voice of reason, so...
Yeah, but like the one time, you know. There was a one time he was the voice of reason.
He's doing his best, I think.
He is.
Yeah. So how was the talk with your dad?
It was something. The talk was fine. I think the goodbyes were the worst.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
To be honest, sometimes I'm not sure what's worse, like getting a proper goodbye or not getting one.
Honestly, both kind of suck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm really sorry.
I'll be fine.
Yeah. Eventually.
Yeah.
Have you eaten today?
We had breakfast, I think. And then afterwards we kind of got to fighting a lot.
Let's go find you some food. It's been a long day, and I know you probably don't feel like it, but you really should have at least just a little bite or something.
Can we just sit here for a minute?
Yeah?
Okay.
Xanthia just puts an arm around Hilera and sits with her in silence.
You stay as long as you need to. And if/when you're ready to rejoin the festivities, there is plenty of food to be had. Are you after anything in particular, Hilera?
I think at this point, Hilera has been crying since the goodbye with her dad, so I think Hilera's just numb, and she's just following Xanthia.
I'm gonna try to find something easy, slightly salty. Basically ancient Greek crackers.
There is like bitas available, like basically pizza breads. Well, it's just getting a try for a phone, but sorry, it's a side point. I'll say this: you are bidden by her brothers to join you all at like basically their table, surrounded by other lectoi. And Audax, in particular, says, "This was meant to be for father, upon a glorious return, but it belongs to you." And they slam a roast goat's leg in front of you, with all the trimmings and mashed potato, and it's just a fucking, it is constipation central for one person to eat, but you imagine for your father it was a Tuesday, and it is all yours. The last thing he left you.
I think Hilera just starts crying again.
And like your brothers start laughing and crying as well. Come on, he would have wanted you to eat it.
I can't eat this entire thing, at least help me.
All right. Hey, fish fingers, join us.
Sure. You know who should also join us, probably? Bacchios. And Scotty and Amalia.
Yeah.
They're...
The more the merrier. Which is a weird thing for Audax to say. Because, like, the dining table of the lectoi is exclusive. Like, Botch is basically a lectoi once again at this point. But, like, for someone to say the more the merrier on such, like, a normally esteemed event, all convention has gone out the window at this point. And you all just tear in and fill your stomachs to bursting point and drink the night away. The victory is bittersweet in many ways, but it is still sweet. And I'll say that's where we'll take a break.
Yay.
Meet back here at 9:15 or 16 minutes from now. Empty what needs to empty, refill what needs to be refilled. Grab yourselves a delicious snack, and we'll be back here shortly. We are DC30. And we're back. And we pick up right where we left off. Via, can you hear me?
That's a thumbs up for a yes.
Okay. Annoyingly, I can't see. Oh, no, okay, I can see her on stream now. That's good. Okay. Resuming. You party on into the night. And I'll ask in brief summation. Scotty, where do you end up for the night?
I don't think he knows, man. He is it probably becomes to a point where he attempts to maintain the bravado with Galatea, but then in his kind of exhaustion, he probably comes just, a bit less rough and tumble, a bit more lovey-dovey, and just kind of just cuddles up with her and will go wherever she goes. And attempts at one point to construct the Gelder's Tower, and then falls unconscious from damage for casting a spell and has to get suddenly healed back because he takes damage because he cast Wish and it drained him. And then he will probably be taken by Galatea to one of the rooms and is looked after there.
Yeah.
And it's mostly rest for both of them. Kind of, I like to imagine that meme of going, "Oh, you're gonna do so hard," or like, "Oh, I'm gonna do you more," and like literally hard cut. They're both completely out.
Oh man, I gotta share a thing. Endless spread. Ah shit.
If it was, the comedy itself would be pure comedy if it wasn't just beyond just their both snoring and exhaustion. You can see that they have at least one hand kind of still wrapped around each other's arms.
Got it. Okay, so anybody who's part of the Discord can view this meme in our memes chat, but this is what I'm picturing right now. You can join our Discord here. Oh, shit, I did it wrong.
Brilliant.
Okay.
But yeah, that's really it. Scottinos is more quiet than usual at the moment anyway, just if it wasn't already apparent how exhausted he was, he still attempts to try and maintain conversation with people where he is. But there seems to be there's a lot of fatigue there, and it also does seem like there might be something else that's kind of on his mind that he's trying to not think about for the time being.
Cool.
No, he ends up spending the night with Galatea in the tower. The rest of the tower is available for anyone else that wants to view it. I think he would have put another 4 levels on for people.
Yeah, you can do that, and Doxos will also just right next to it just put his key into the into the ether and open it, says, "Come on, come on," and he has rigged the tower, the magnificent mansion, to be a hostel at this point. There's just there is no hot tub, there is no thing. That is just rooms upon rooms upon rooms. Where does Amalia end up?
Well, she is nowhere near anyone. She is currently outside with her axe, huddled up with it, using it like a teddy and sleeping outside.
You do feel,
She a child.
Amalia, as you are sort of sleeping, you one of your ears does this, and you shoot up, and you see a familiar black-maned Leonin with a sort of more lanky appearance. Rorak. Hey, kitty cat.
Hello, can I help you?
I wanted to say hi.
Hi. Anything else?
All right, I get the picture. Look, you're a dust crawler through and through. So, we're always gonna look out for you.
I appreciate it, but I just really need to sleep, to be honest.
He nods.
That's why it's intense.
I can imagine. Promise you'll tell me all about it.
Yeah, rain check on a drink tomorrow if you want.
You got it. And he just almost, just vanishes.
Just like old times. And then she nestles back into her axe like...
Yes, you finally embraced the axe I replaced your main axe with.
You will never be forgiven.
I will live with that. Where does Botch end up this evening?
Botch is going to, for the first time in his life, not get really drunk just for the sake of it. But Botch is instead going to, as much as possible, stick to the shadows in the form, with the air of not getting in the way of anyone, just trying to keep himself to himself. But he's trying to look around the city that he grew up in, seeing what's changed and stuff, and seeing where, and just trying to get his mind right in terms of, does he want to even attempt to stay, or does he actually just want to go? Not out of fear, just because he actually prefers it now. He prefers being out on his own in the wilderness, away from life, other people, because other people are literally the worst. Essentially just embracing the Grinch in himself, because Grinch doesn't hate Christmas, Grinch just hates people.
You hear a petite human feminine voice ring out next to you. Pretty sight, isn't it?
And who is that?
You see a brown-haired Akroan noblewoman just staring out. She has sort of wavy brown hair.
Yeah, it's quite nice. Who are you, stranger?
She scratches her nose and the form shimmers for a second. You see a familiar blindfold before it immediately gets reclaimed by the guys.
Is that above table? That's the Feely, right?
No, that's Clothis.
Oh, so, it's actually Clothis. Oh shit! I thought it was the Oracle.
Also, the Oracle is Tanis, not Defili.
Sorry, my bad. Again, my notes. My notes are not great in this campaign.
At least you have notes.
That's true. Yeah. Miss Clothis. Hi. And I sink to one knee.
Yes,
reverence.
bow in front of me. That really helps sell the disguise.
Oh shit! Yeah. Oh, sorry. And I look around to see if anyone noticed.
For once, let us speak as equals. If nothing else, for my own amusement.
How you doing?
I walked right into that one. I am good. I'm happy, and I am grateful for services rendered. Couldn't have asked for a finer champion, Bacchios.
I mean, your standards must be really low, but I appreciate the sentiment.
She literally slaps you across the face. Stop it.
Okay, in terms of pain or sensation, is it equivalent to being hit by a normal human woman, or is it something a bit more intangible, or is it something else?
It'd be enough to sting. Now, put it this way. If Botch would be above being stung by the slap of a normal human woman, then she would have scaled it appropriately so that it would have still stung.
Yeah.
But if Botch would still have felt a normal slap, then she will just make it a normal slap.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, alright.
Stop it.
Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm the best. I'm around. Nothing's ever gonna get me down.
You beat me by a... She loses control for a second. You beat me by
1 second.
What can I do you for, milady? On this most auspicious of occasions.
Nothing. I just thought I'd join you and help you drink in the scenery.
Oh shit. Cool. Yeah. So this is the main thoroughfare of Akros. Over there is the palace. Over there is where I think I grew up a little bit.
She gives you a look that tells you everything you need without words.
Oh, okay. Yep. Shutting up now.
You don't have to shut up. Just, I know Akros. I'm older than most of the gods.
And don't look a day over 2 million.
You're funny, I like that.
Yeah, I make jokes when I'm nervous in the face of a smoking hot deity.
Haven't we arrived at a point of familiarity with each other, Bacchios? Or do I need to use my
Authoritative voice.
Well, don't threaten me with a good time.
I knew you were going to say that. She's she swirls the wine that her human form is just drinking. You did well. You did good. Be proud of yourself. Yet I sense doubt in your heart.
Of course. I mean, I thought I wouldn't be alive right now, either at the hands of Tamara or at the hands of someone else, or even yourself, because I said the wrong thing at the wrong time, because I'm me. Now, I just don't know what I'm meant to do now. I have no purpose, no drive, objective, inclination, obsession, objective, or basically anything. So, what should I do?
You know, Yelira's going to miss her father. And I bring that up because he said something quite poignant to her when he had the chance. We create our own destiny in this life. Now go create yours.
Okay.
Ask yourself for the first time in your life, Bacchios. What
Do you want?
Oh, Pete, I want 3 things. I want peace. I want to know that tomorrow will be the same as today. And I want somewhere really nice to take a morning shit.
So go out and make that happen.
Okay. Doing.
I'm literally the goddess of forging your own fate. I'm the goddess of destiny. My very nature is imperiousness. My very doctrine is making things happen despite all odds. My final lesson to you, Botch, is to finally stop waiting for things to fall into your lap and drag them into your lap in the first place. Stay in Akros, or cut yourself loose into the great beyond, be it your fortune melodies or the wilds or whatever. Whatever it is you choose to do, just want it.
Very well. I will sleep on it, and I will do something in the morning, and I will just. And what you know me. What I do, I kind of do 169%. So, I will just do. I will just get up and do it.
Nice.
I know, right? I'm glad you saw that.
Well then, you'll need plenty of, materials.
And she'll cast Hero's Feast, but she will make it all wine.
Oh, hell yeah. Now we're cooking. Nice.
Until next time, barkeeps, son of the house on Saddlebag. Greatest champion a goddess could ask for.
Till next time, Clothy, the
And
best
she
goddess a man could ask
vanishes
for.
into a cloud of platinum starlight.
Oh, she's so pretty.
Cool. So you are staring down at the equivalent of like hoarding every kind of alcohol in Baldur's Gate 3 until you have like a.
Interestingly, haven't yet played it, but I'm planning on getting to it when I have some free time. All right.
Same, man, same.
Motherfuckers, I have a full-time job. I DM. I have Locana.
So do I.
Safe.
And I have
The only
My
one who
coping
also
mechanism,
full-time
okay?
DM, and I made the time.
Forge your own destiny. Didn't you hear?
Drag it onto your lap.
Fuck a bear and then we'll talk.
All right.
Okay, that is becoming an emote.
Do you know what? I think that's one of my favorite things any single person has ever said in my entire life. And I'm so glad that we've got it recorded. It's recorded, I kind of want that to be, if we had like an amalgamation of the best and worst things we've ever said and done in our lives, I want that to be on your live CV.
Honestly, like if I were asked to sum up this campaign in one sentence, it would be that.
Fuck a
What,
bear.
fucking
and then
bears?
Fuck a bear and then we'll talk. Or-
Jesus Christ.
Put that on my CV now, I think.
This is why I'm so looking forward to my next character in campaign 2, because it's basically anti all of this bullshit and I'm so ready for it.
I'm picturing a less traumatized version of Astarion.
But back to the big hoard of wine in front of me.
Yes. You swear one of them says, shit, what are the names of the wines? Some of them have, like, interesting names in Baldur's Gate 3. Damn it. Okay, this is gonna derail wine. Oh, this is gonna drive me fucking insane. You see names such as Belinge's Stone Blush or Chulthan Fireswill.
Nice.
And one of them is like a little gourd that's like a glass container that's the size of like a balloon. And it's just like, there is so much wine.
Nice.
There is enough wine to pickle a sperm whale.
I mean, we can certainly try. Cool. Okay, so taking one of the choicer looking vintages, I immediately neck that. And then making up my mind in a basically what do I want in this exact moment, I pick up as many as I can physically carry, leaving the rest there. And
Make an investigation check.
Oh, no, I said 12.
Incredibly, you realize that the table these wines are laden on, if you press a slot here, and you notch something here, turns into a trolley.
Oh, hell yeah. Right, I'm taking the trolley of wine, and I'm looking for... And I'm going to look for my friends.
And you find your friends easy enough. Well, you don't find Scotty or Amalia. You find Arzanthia and Helia still by themselves, or do they join the fray at this point?
I think Xanthia is just following Hilarious' lead in that respect because she knows what Hilarious been through today, and she just doesn't want to make her do anything that she doesn't feel comfortable with.
Yeah, I think if there's like dancing and stuff,
There is.
Hilera will eventually like ask her mom to dance and just like try and get the mood back up from crying all the time.
And your mother will dance with you. Xanthia, at this point, you feel a hand tap your shoulder. You turn around and see familiar ocean-colored hair. Come on, you disaster lesbian, and she frantically drags you out onto the dance floor.
Yeah.
Daxos at this point, like, he spent ages huddling, like, down as he's, like, channeling, like, a giant Kamehameha, before he just throws it up into the sky. Fireworks just explode as he just lets out this blast that just blankets the night sky in rainbow starlight. And so you were able to find, I would say, Heliera, Xanthia, Daxos, Stifili, Jason, absolutely, Lesros even, Eudokia is there as well. Fuck, even Eslin. So what does Botch do?
He is going to try to find everyone that he, apart from the two people that are off doing stuff that's of a carnal nature, or of a let's just have some sleeping because we're fucking tired. Yeah, we'll do it. They'll do it in the morning. They swear when they feel better. And essentially, it's going to be a case of either stay, communicating through the party, either stay or don't. But at first light, I'm setting off back to Melites, back to our fortress. I don't know what the plan is beyond that, but essentially that is where my long drop is calling me, and the majority of the good memories I've had have been there, and that's where I wish to rest and think about my future.
I am not going to make you roll for that.
Yeah, so come or don't. That is where I'm going at first light. I don't want to deal with my past here. I want to deal with my future there.
It won't matter much, but I'm gonna give you a point of inspiration for that line. And I won't even make you roll. You are able to, even in just between interrupting Skotinos mid pelvis crushing and waking Amalia up momentarily, everybody gets the message.
Nice.
Daxos puts his hand on your shoulder, and you are taller than him. Only by a few inches, but you are taller than him.
A few inches is all it takes.
Yeah. As someone who's walked away from this city before, I get it. Trust me, you're making a good decision. My kids are gonna need a fun uncle.
Alrighty, let's fucking go. Sounds good. Could do with a...
No weapons made of anything other than wood until they're at least 10.
Oh, God. What if they show aptitude? Can we
Look
make
at me
it
in the
9?
eye. Promise me.
Fine. Right. No metal until they're 10. Okay.
Would you trust you at 10 years old, at 9 years old, with metal weapons?
I mean, I was trusted
Don't lie.
at 6. I was trusted at 6 with metal weapons.
But should you have been?
Oh, fuck no.
That's my point.
Listen, I made more than my fair share of eunuchs of the slaves, so, you know. Oh, the 4-person facepalm. Oh, it's good to be. It's good to be.
I'm trying to keep the water in my mouth.
Oh, it's good to play D&D sometimes.
Oh, fuck. Fucking got me. Oh, Jesus.
You're right, buddy.
Title of the episode is going to be One Night in One City with 1,000 one-liners.
I'll take it.
But it's easy enough to do. Everyone gets the message.
Nice.
And unless Zantia and Hilira have other plans, I will say, the night draws to a close. Skutinos.
Me.
Yes. Let me just quickly add. The party goes on into the night. Until very late, as the snows, the first snows of the year, almost like an eraser, seem to cover up all the carnage and blood and death. A literal fresh start to come with the proverbial one. And as camera pans out into the snowy night sky, celebrations come to a close. And Skotinos, you are... Sleep comes to you relatively easily. But there is one thing you see before you completely drift off. As your head spins, you land and you find yourself standing in the dark. And thum, thum, stepping out of the darkness, you see Erebos. In his gaunt, all his gaunt glory. And you see, once before, something Amalia had seen. Almost like a shopkeeper's desk separating the two of you. Just this wooden bench.
I will walk up, and in this dreamscape, not kind of. I mean, how do I feel energy-wise? I'm guessing a lot of that, like the physical ailments are kind of past, and I just kind of.
This is very dream sequency.
Yeah. So I move forward. In this, I have all my attire, and I kind of take out my, take off my satchel, put it down, lay Gelios against the side, and fold my arms and go. I guess it's time to trade.
He gives you a curt nod. He waves his hand, and these smoky tendrils form two almost like chess pieces on this bench. One of them has a bearded human face, and the other one has like a feline face.
Pick one.
And with that, he just waves his hand, and everything dissipates into smoke, and you wake up.
When in those two faces I saw, the feline face, I'm assuming I pieced together exactly who that was. The other face, did I recognize, or what?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will message you.
Cool. Yeah. I thought so, but I just wanted to double check.
Cool.
Cool. But I've woken up already at that point, yeah?
Tamara, you woke up.
Yeah.
Are you okay, Tamara?
Hello? Stressed. Yeah, I'm fine. But hello?
I open my eyes and I kind of awake with a bit of a start, and then realise I can't fully move because I'm kind of my arm's kind of slightly pinned under Galatea, and I'll just kind of roll over, and I'll go back, and I'll just go to kind of just holding her for about half an hour. What time does it look like at the moment?
If you wanted a chance of catching Botch, I will say it's 6 in the morning.
I do, but there's conversations to be had, so I decide against it. I will kind of let the sun rise a little bit higher, kind of looking out to the window, kind of nodding as if like to silently wish Botch well on the journey. And eventually I will slowly extricate myself from Botch's... sorry, not Botch. I'm not with Botch, don't worry. From Galatea.
Plot twist.
And I will... I'll go and I'll kind of peer out of the window of this tower that I've built, and I'll try and see if I can spy Amalia from where I last saw her kind of going to nap.
Amalia, can he find you? Are you still napping in your spot? Amalia!
Stand by.
Stand by.
While
I'm gonna message. Yeah, go ahead.
While waiting for it, I'll kind of gently nudge Galatea awake and go.
You do me a honor, Lieutenant, but my dance card is full. What? Scotinas, what?
I'll be heading back to Melitis in a bit, but and I gesture to pretty much all of my attire apart from Gelio and go, do you mind lugging some of my shit back to the fort?
I suppose I should be a good housewife in at least a tiny bit before I immediately turn into the man of this relationship. Fine, I will carry your burdens for this one time before you become my bitch for the rest of our lives.
Keep some of that energy. I'm going to I have a couple of requests to make from Melitis when I get there. The one I have is to see if we can get at least 1 week a year where the Oracle can blow off steam. And I can think of no one better to her to blow steam off with. It will come in time, but yeah, it will help. I have something I need to deal with, but I will see you in Melitis if I do not catch up with you, or if you leave later.
She nods.
And I'll then kind of like collapse again into another hug. And again, there's considering that most of Scotinus's interactions beyond the festival where he was singing and prostrating, there's always been that kind of sort of like deviant sexual kind of tone to the way he's acted with his relationship. But this it's much purer, much calmer, much more exhausted, and he just holds her for about 30 seconds.
And she holds you and she just says, I love you.
And I you.
All right, go on. Go do whatever you're going to do.
And I get up and I look to see if I can find Amalia out from where she was napping before.
Amalia, can you hear us? I saw your like visuals for a moment. It says you're like deliberately muted, so like you just need to like turn that off. Like it's not saying like your sound, like we can hear you and like therefore we can't. It's just saying that you're muted. Come on. No.
We can come back to me. This one will take some time, so...
Okay, I'll say Botch. Would you have just gotten up at first light and made your way away?
No, I actually rolled for this. So I would get up at first light to head outside of the city towards the south, where I know the road towards Melity starts. And I would wait for about an hour to make sure that if any of my friends wanted to come with, I would be able to travel with somebody.
Okay. I will say retroactively that is plenty enough time, and everybody will ultimately join you. Violet, you there? Yeah, we can hear you. Let me just re-add your link to the thing.
Yeah. Hear you, but not see you.
That's fine.
You guys, if I have it off, I can hear you guys.
Okay. It's Video Ninja interacting with iPhones. It's a thing. It's always complicated. Like I promise you, like come next year, she'll be like living here fully, and she'll be able to use my laptop the same way Morse is currently. So, Amalia, you are awakened by Skotinos. How do you respond?
Hi. Why am I being awakened?
You look at Skotinos and his face is full of apprehension. You also notice that he is mostly, almost completely unrobed, apart from kind of like just like very simple like attire. His armor's off. All he has is Galio. You don't see any of the other his usual equipment. Even his serpentine dagger has been put to the side for the time being, and he just holds Galio at the moment. And he says, "We should probably talk. Do you need time to wake up, or because this might take a while?"
So when she hears you need to talk, all of a sudden her cat ears point up, and she like gets up straight, like you know when you've been awoken from like a nightmare, and then you're like awakened.
No need to like use an analogy. It's like when a guy hears a girl say we need to talk. Like we're like,
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Are you still sat down at the moment?
No, she is like full on stretched out, tall, and you can see panic on her face.
It's nothing serious, but well, it could be good. I just need to talk through the options. And even though you've now hopped up and stood there as well, he slowly sits down and kind of leans against one of the trees.
You see her sit back down slowly as you go down to sit on a tree. She sits.
I was thinking about this when I realised that I had the capacity, and I guess I've been thinking about it since what happened with Xanthia, but I want to, especially as I know that you follow Erebos, I need to be sure that I don't do something that you don't want or that she wouldn't want. So I can. I think. I spoke with Erebos. We were having a quick one over the table. I kind of already had this in mind, but then obviously Hilira's dad passed away, and I had the choice, or I guess I could have the choice. And I hope Hilira forgives me. I feel like it sounds like I wasn't listening to much of it, but it sounds like she's had some form of closure, and that's all good. But you didn't get that. So if this is something you want, I think I can bring your mother back.
Well, I kind of got closure when, we found my dad and then we killed him, and I've kind of grown up in the last 20 years or so. Wait, Amalia's 29, her mum died when she was 16, 10. In the last 13 years. I don't need my mum anymore. I think I got the closure after I killed my dad. Make sense? Like, I miss her dearly, but you guys are my family.
Okay. Cool. Then I suppose we can keep that for another day, should we ever need it. I figure he would allow, in the same way, if you did want to have the chance to say goodbye again. But if you would rather not, I understand. I understand.
She taps your leg like, when you tap someone's like back as if to say thank you. And then she's like, I know. Thank you for the thought, but I'm good.
Oh, I guess, unless there's anyone else that... And his mind then looks back and thinks to Morpadia and those that fell alongside her.
Sorry, super quick. Morpadia is alive. Just quickly.
Yeah, Morpadia is alive, but
Yeah.
her everyone that she went into battle with.
Okay, cool. Sorry, you said fell alongside her, so I just thought I just thought I'd clarify.
Were they all also Acroans that fell?
Basically, like the entire Hilira's father and his entire platoon fell, and so did Morpadia's platoon. She survived.
Okay, but so those were most of those were from Melodies, not from Across. So it's going to continue to kind of just sits there with Amalia for a bit of time, and then we'll put that move to the side and just go. What was she like when you were younger?
Who, my mother?
You rarely spoke about her, and I'm curious.
Truth be told, I don't remember much. I remember if my dad would discipline me, she would sneak food with me, and then she would sneak me out of the house really late at night, and she'd show me the stars, and she'd say what the stars were. And in the early mornings we used to go pick flowers. She used to love flowers. And she also kind of was always positive and happy and sunshine. Hilira kind of reminds me a little bit of her, the positivity and stuff. So that was my mother. But not as high pitched and just a laugh. But she was always content and everyone looked up to her. Like, let's be honest, my dad was not a leader. He was more of a dictator. My mum was a leader. Wanted to be a lot like her. But my dad's temper kind of took over.
Do you think you succeeded?
Succeeded in what? Being like my mum?
Yeah.
I don't know if you realise this, but I was very closed off when I met you guys. It's only recently that I've kind of accepted you all. Like, you're like my brother, I love you. I love Hilira and Xanthia a lot, like, they know that. And even though Butch doesn't know this, but I have a soft spot in my heart for him. Even though sometimes he is a little bit of, he needs like a little bit of a slippy slap to like, not be disgusting, but I love him. But she would be proud by the way we fought today. So, you know.
He'll let the moment sit for a few minutes and kind of just like watch as the sun, which is now mostly up, kind of just rise a bit more into the sky as they just kind of sit and quietly enjoy the moment. And then he'll say, well, I guess that boon will have to wait for someone else that needs it. Come, I'm heading back to Melitys. You coming?
Finally, we're going home. Yay. And she'll strike her like hand with her axe still in it. You can just see it like glisten through the sunlight. And she gets up and gives her paw to you to help you get up too.
Yeah, he gratefully accepts it. You look like he tries to kind of raise himself using the thing, but just like no help. But yeah, so even though he's like now not overburdened, he's still like you can feel just from the grip that his arms really just don't have the strength in them at the moment. So he happily takes that, and then we'll walk with you as we begin to find or make our way in whatever capacity to get to Melitys.
Perfect. Unless anybody has anything else they wish to do this morning, I'll say you all meet upon the slopes outside the gates of Akros.
Hilera will say goodbye to her family this time.
Oh, sure.
Just
Via message, 6 hours later.
I assume you're doing it in person. Europa hugs you. I understand. Just promise it's not goodbye, it's just see you later.
I'll
This is
probably
your
be
forehead.
back.
Good. Xanthia, says Europa.
Yeah?
You seem lovely.
Thank you. You too.
I hope we can spend some more time together.
I would like that. Yeah.
The sentiment is echoed by Hilira's mother and her brothers. Before you... Mm-hmm.
Can Hilera also real quick just find her ex-fiance again?
Yes.
She's just... Hello! Hello!
What? It's 6 a.m. What?
Okay, as he opens the door, I just palm his face and I cast Regenerate.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Wait.
Oh, okay. What?
Thank you. And
Yeah.
for what it's worth,
Okay.
in another timeline, I would have spent my life trying to be a good husband. I hope you know that.
Good for you. Okay.
as you run off, you hear, "I'll take it."
A promise is a promise.
And he gets his arm back. And you all meet upon the slopes of Akros, like before the gates of Akros, on the slopes of the Cataclysm Mountains. Bakios, I would like to ask for a survival check to see how quickly you all get home. This will be the final roll of this campaign.
All right, final roll.
I also have Word of Recall prepared if this goes really terribly.
That's a natural one.
Attaboy.
Oh.
Buckus turns around and Hilira's taken everyone but Botch back.
I'm sorry, Ali. I tried to tee you up for an epic moment.
No, it's what happens. That's D&D, man.
To be fair, that was an epic moment, though.
So, Bosch, I will say this. Bosch, you are prepared to, like, analyze your way home. Hilira immediately teleports everyone back. But on principle, you stay behind and you use your, like, sense to get back home. And you do it in record time. It is a 4-day journey. You do it in 2. And before the week is up, you all find yourselves back at your fort, enjoying dinner. Galatea, Daxos, Tefili, Jason, Eudokia, Lesros, everyone is there. In a final get-together. Just some humble wine and meats. And good times. In a final, casual, friendly reminisce of all that's come before. And so we come to something very important. Our epilogues. Is there anyone who would like to go first?
Sure.
Scotty. How does Scotty spend the rest of his days?
We see a shot on Meletis before looking down on the old spire where he got Gelios all so long ago. About a week has passed, and he's now effectively recovered. He's regained all his things and his composure mostly, though his horn never has quite healed from where it shattered on the right side. So he kind of still has a little bit of kind of like scarring on the horn, but other than that, seems to be in good spirits. And he approaches and politely requests to speak with the lady of the house.
Are you talking about Elspeth?
I am indeed.
All the time in the world is made for you. And the portal opens, and you step inside, and you see the familiar floating platforms and endless library of the inside of the Pyrignos. Elspeth, this time, stumbling a little bit. My dear, what can I do for you?
It's been a while since I came through this place, and I have enjoyed that Razor's Edge for quite some time, but I think there is wisdom in knowing when to step back. I close my eyes, and while holding Gelio, I utter a prayer to Faraka, thanking her for blessing this, supporting this blessing and union of flesh and tool, and letting go and wishing sleep to the artifact as I unattune from Gelio.
Are you casting Wish?
No.
Okay.
No, I am no. All I'm doing here is I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were trying to like send it back to its dormant state.
Not for the purpose of wish. I think it's
Else
there
that
and
catches it. If that is what you wish.
Perhaps there will be another that will be worthy to dance along those ages. But eventually I feel that I would slip, and I have had my fill.
And that, I hope you know, is what makes you worthy. Your capacity to have your fill at all. The rarest of qualities, beyond even myself. Truly, the mistress of temptation couldn't ask for a finer champion. You have resisted it in its every form. You are the diamond that breaks the mold. I hope you know that, Skotinos.
I hope I do not sully this moment with a difficult conversation. But the more I think on it, the more appropriate this offer would be. Erebos granted in his a rare act of kindness the chance to bring Hilira's father back, and we decided against it. His time had come to oh, forgive me, Hilira, I will use the wrong words, a satisfactory conclusion. I mean it in a good way, but I can't think of the right word. I thought instead to grant a dear friend the chance to reconnect with another lost family member, and she too had reached closure with that moment. I offer this to you in as my thanks, not knowing how successful it would be, but as a way of my thanks. I believe when you first met Tempest, they, some of them may not quite have known the name of the one you lost, Daxos. I believe she was truly apologetic for that slip of the tongue. But if what Erebos is offering is true, I know time does not stand still for all of us. And my dear, I can see that time is travelling for yourself as well.
What gave it away?
what better way to spend those last moments, if you wish? If you wish. With him again.
She's literally crying. Unbelievable. The last time a man of your color scheme and demeanor stood before me, he thought only inwards, only of himself. And now I find the same color scheme, the same demeanor, once more. With nothing but consideration for others. No. There is a beauty in knowing what is to come. I'll see him again soon enough.
I will pull her gently into an embrace.
And she pulls you into an embrace.
And I will then step away. And without...
Before you
saying-
do,
Oh,
she stems back and her eyes erupt into like sunlight fire. And you hear a voice that you can only surmise belongs to Heliod, god of the sun, her patron deity.
Yeah.
You have done much. I regret that I cannot provide you fulfillment. But this is a gift I can give.
And he holds his hand out like this. And there's a solid 3 minutes of silence before you hear from like, though you hear the walls rumble of this abode. Before and in a moment similar to Thor in Love and in Ragnarok, where he's summoning the hammer back, there's like a moment where you hear like rumbling as a coin manifests into Elspeth's hand, currently possessed by Heliod, god of the sun. You see a skull framed by a scythe as the minting on this coin. And like just flicks it across his hands before he hands it to you.
now, there's no such thing as video games in the world of fantasy, but this looks like an extra life if I ever saw it.
Heliod chimes in.
A singular, perfect, Athenian opal. The one that was tasked to me to keep.
And like the white sunlight just evaporates from Elspeth's eyes and she staggers.
I'll catch her.
She's fine. Satisfied?
I won't say anything for a bit longer. I kind of we'll carry her to, I assume, one of her moving like pedestals and kind of give her a chance to kind of sit down. And I'll nod. I'm probably not going to be in Melitese much longer. I think it's time that I at least spend a bit of time back in the Vale.
I think so as well.
As a final ask, if possible, that oracle has been working her tiny little butt off for the people of Melitese.
You're not wrong.
I'm not the politics one. I spoke with Bithynia, and I know it's harder to try and facilitate these things, but she can be trusted with the Daughters of Nelia. Once a year, a week, maybe 2.
I'll see to it. You have my word. And she, despite her ailments, despite her injuries, she stands to her full regal height, and you see the proud warrior that once was there. I am still the slayer of Xenagos. My word carries weight, and she clangs her spear, and like this chime of golden sunlight, as like this minor flex of power. That she, like, basically she gets to be that person once for just a second, just once more.
I won't say anything further. I'll just stand, look, observe, then nod, and then I turn and I walk to leave. As that scene closes, I'm back in Penelope's apothecary. The table that had been set up for me has been removed, and now more shelves are up there. And I spend.
Is everybody hearing the potion shop?
And I spend some of my days just talking through the potion of dragon, like that Dragon's Majesty that we made, the things that we came across, the plans that we've got in the future.
Oh, she's very keen on the potion of Dragon's Majesty. She's partaking in this like weird white powder that you haven't seen before. She's like, fuck yeah, no, definitely, that sounds really interesting.
I effectively explained that to her that I'm planning to return to Scholar Vale, but that I'm planning to return once a year, around about the time that Galatea will be spending time with the Oracle, and in that time that he would be happy to help out in the shop, and kind of just offer his services just as a way of continuing to pay homage.
Very well.
And the scene subtly shifts again, and this time foliage covers the screen briefly before, as if by magic, we are in the Scholar Vale, and some time has been spent. Now the Galder's Tower, soon to be cast for the 365th consecutive day to make it permanent, and his abode with Galatea, should she be willing to.
She is. You're basically married now.
Yep. But I know which side the leash is held. But he spends time back reconnecting with his family and with those of the Scholar Vale, and as the years pass, it's more obvious that his his ailments start to show a bit sooner than others. He doesn't let up in terms of his interest in terms of what can be done with new potions and so forth, and his blood magic's still very much a part of who he is and how he kind of has become. You see him not so much age, but you can see that it's less likely that he may live as full or as long a life as a typical rambunctious satyr. But happy he remains, and he keeps in contact with Jason and his wife and the new one, who we see just a shadow or conversation off screen from brief interactions, perhaps to be discussed in the future. He offers to write to those in Tempest if they are interested. They are mostly just smatterings of it. Becomes more and more like sort of like the unhinged crazy uncle kind of vibe as he keeps in touch with everyone. But he makes it known that his home with Galatea is always welcome for those should they wish to join. But he enjoys a peace which he hasn't felt in a while, and he does not use Erebos's boon, and allows that to roll on to a future worthy need.
Very well. Very well. And you live the rest of your days in peace and satisfaction. Galatea will wed you, should you so wish, and will be devoted to you for the rest of her days as well. And you live a happy life. And you are a testament to the expression, warts and all. Because with all your warts, with all your, I guess, what a stereotypical individual would consider warts, you live the most happiest and fulfilling of lives. And as Jason and his new partner welcome the littlest one into the world, you get to be present and preside over. And you know that whatever this kid achieves, it's going to be wonderful. And much like, and you think back on yourself and think, whatever it was I did, I made it wonderful. Which moves us on to Botch. How does Botch spend the rest of his days?
Smash cut to the rising sun in the east. The camera pans downwards, and you see the light of the sun as it slowly hits the ocean, the landscape, at the speed of light. You cut to his eyes, who as they look out over the horizon for the first time, don't have any kind of underlying anger, rage, or peace. Essentially, think Thanos at the end of Infinity War, when he sat down and he's just like, and now my task is done. And then as you pan out, you see that he's currently outside. There is a light breeze rushing through his now rapidly graying hair on his beard. He is now you imagine that a number of years has passed, and he is still just happy and content to be in his fortress and Melitese. And as the crescendo to this emotional moment, you watch as the lines around his eyes suddenly deepen as he clenches and he pinches off a loaf in his favorite spot. You then watch as underneath the audio track, you hear a really nice E major chord before sun is shining in the sky. There ain't no cloud passing by. And as Mr. Blue Sky plays in the background, you watch as he essentially jumps off the platform, slides down the wall before landing in the courtyard, and he just gets on with the tasks of the day, including fetching and carrying shit, training Daxos's kids, giving a light sparring to anyone who happens to be in the courtyard. And then it kind of ends when you see him actually turn around and smile, and there is he sees the facsimile of a woman with a blindfold on as she makes eye contact with him, even though she can't make eye contact. As she lightly smiles raises a goblet of wine, and turns around and walks off into the rising sun with the fading into nothingness again. It cuts back to Botch as he is already not. He's just happily smiling and just getting on with his day. There is no. It's not a great moment of revelation. It's just of an acceptance of finally letting go of his past and just enjoying the present, not worrying about the future.
Perfect. And yes, indeed, Daxos, and 9 months after the Battle of Akros, Defili gives birth to twins. Aster and Orion. Twin boys.
Nice.
At this point, it's been 3 months since Daxos has reconnected with his father, who came back to the city. And so he chose to name one of the children the one. So Defili has twin boys. One with fiery red, like molten hair, like his father. And the other boy with cascading oceanic hair, like his mother. Daxos names the one who has his hair after his father, Aster. Defili names the other one after her father, Orion. And you bring up these two boys. You train them to be warriors. Orion takes more to it than Aster, to be sure. Aster is a little too preoccupied with the performance of things. He is more bardic in his manner. He almost seems to resonate with his magic and say, "Let's get ready to rumble." It is Orion who is the soldier through and through. And he takes after his uncle Botch more than anyone else. And he learns how to form a phalanx from you, how to thrust a spear from you. And you spend your days being that uncle to not just Aster and Orion, but Jason's kid and any other kids that come as well. I'm getting there. Fucking hold your horses. Is there anything else you would like to say, Ali, to cap Botch's story off?
You watch as as sort of seeing all of the moments that he has in a compilation moment that's really warm and tender-hearted. You watch as Botch looks at the camera in a very cheesy moment and just says, "I would like to live." And
Spirit of the heart.
End scene.
fucking perfect, Ali. I will ask then, Amalia. How does Amalia spend the rest of her days? Whoa! When did I say I was gonna take this away from you? You're making a lot of assumptions. Everybody gets to be part of the twins' lives. Whoa, babe, hang on a second. I could like your sorry, super quick. Just because I was looking at Violet's audio channels and they weren't like showing up, like at all. Talk again.
Hi.
Okay, can you? Okay, so I didn't see your audio levels for the last bit at all. Can you like say them again? Like, could you like say like Amalia's entire bit?
Well, she looks after Daxos's kids when Defili and Daxos need some alone time. She's also become a personal trainer at the gym for, you know, people going on quests or need to get back in shape. So, like the soldiers and stuff like that. Her and Batch have become sort of more, what's the word? Civil in the terms that they go for morning runs and they also spar with each other when teaching Daxos's kids how to spar. What else? She also sometimes looks after Xantia and Hilira's kids when they need some romancing time together. She's basically become the group's babysitter at some point. She's a little bit of a soft kitty now. And she's still mad at Scotty for moving, but she still keeps in contact with him and lets him know like updates of like the twins' birthdays, like when he should come. She also makes surprise appearances every 3 months at the house just to make sure Scotty's still alive and happy.
Yeah, it was always made very clear for everyone, but on Scotinus's exit, very reminiscent to when he first left to go to the Vale, and he had that speech with Amalia about never leaving and coming back. He makes it clear that there is always an extra fluffy armchair by the fire whenever she wishes to travel, and that she is always welcome. And that, although he may be further away and it might take longer to visit from time to time, he is still very much in the opinion that she is family and hopes that she remembers that.
And for Amalia's last thing, you can see her sitting in her armchair back at the fort, knitting a blanket for a little fire nymph that might be born soon.
100%. And I'll even say at this point that you know that Daxos and Defili are expecting their next child at this point. And you knit this little blanket for them, having taken up knitting a while ago. And you see a small, fiery-haired girl, their first daughter. And this blanket is for her. And you know you're going to love this child. Like you loved her brothers. With every ounce of your heart. And a couple years after that, you love her younger sister just as much. And though her older sister may not love the younger sister as much, Amalia will love them all equally. For they are her nephews and nieces. Is there anything?
Also,
Mm-hmm.
while Amalia becomes a personal trainer at the gym, she takes a sort of liking to the receptionist at the gym. That is all I will say. And they start dating.
Perfect. I'm cool with leaving it at that. Like not even specifics. Who cares what the race or the gender of the receptionist is? Let's just leave it like to the ether. Last but certainly not least, Xanthia and Hilira. How do you spend the rest of your days?
Okay, Vale and I have been texting, and I have two little things that I want to do before we jump into the shared epilogue.
I have one thing.
Go for it.
So, on the day just after they arrive at the fort, after returning back from Akros, Xanthia will take a little bit of me time and go into her grotto, go down to the little altar that she set up for Thassa, and just take a moment to pray. And just see if maybe Thassa is in a mood to chat.
Roll a D100.
Oh god. D100.
So not the last roll. Thank fuck for that.
Well, I wasn't expecting this, so that's my bad.
53.
53. You don't get a response other than you feel the warm water currents reverberate beneath you, and you feel a sort of subtle support. Irrespective of any, like, physical boons.
Okay. I mean, Xanthia has never been the most pious of the bunch, so she'll actually just keep this pretty short and sweet. And just take a moment to thank Thassa for everything that she's done to support her, and especially thank her for coming to her back when Xanthia had lost her entire family, her home, and she was lying on the ocean floor ready to give up. And yeah, Xanthia probably never thanked her for that, like properly. So she will just take that moment now.
There are no words, but like a crashing tide sweeping you up, you feel reciprocating gratitude. And you feel pride. Pride in the finest champion a goddess could ask for.
No.
And that's really it. Without words, you hear, in a nutshell, Thassa say,
You are perfect in every which way.
and that's it.
I think Xanthia will just stay a little bit longer, like relish in that feeling. And then, yeah, scene shifts, and a few weeks after that, like life has become a little bit more normal at this point, I think. And she's just on a little stroll through Melodies, where she just finds herself at the doors to Daxos's shop. You in there?
Always. What can I do for you?
If you're not too busy, I would like to put in a little commission for a ring.
He sort of like just emerges. I have 2 3-month-olds, and I'm getting no sleep as a result. So you can pretty much name it if it distracts me from that current predicament.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not the most, I don't know, creative type, but I thought to just get a ring for Hilary already, and I
He
don't know.
cuts you off. Like, leave it to me. Like, the creative challenge is something I need right now. He's got slightly crazy eyes at the moment. You get the sense of a, severe sleep deprivation.
Put a hand on him, spend a few points of lay on hands to maybe tone down his tiredness just a little bit.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm on it. Come back in a week.
Okay. Great.
And you just hear immediate ping, ping, ping as he just gets to work immediately. And, without you having to tell him anything, he designs the perfect ring. Describe what this ring looks like.
Ooh.
I
I didn't think about that. Help.
I mean, I'm happy to say it if you want.
No, it's fine. But Morris, please mute yourself. The echo.
Sorry.
Thank you. I think the ring that Daxus would make for Hilary on Xanthia's behalf would be relatively thin, like the band. It's pretty. Oh god, English. It's pretty fine. So you have really nice detailing in there. It's golden. There's no big diamonds, any gems or whatever, but it's just really beautiful in the way that it's carved and melted. And I don't know how jewelry making works, to be honest. But yeah,
That's fair.
It's beautiful. It's delicate, but it's not flashy, and it looks dynamic, which is perfect.
That's fair. I'm imagining a very, very dynamic crisscross woven pattern that almost sort of resembles the infinity symbol to sort of reflect Hilira's zoominess. But it's sort of simple and elegant, sort of like a swish patterned infinity symbol, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. And yeah, Xanthia will take that ring, tip Daxos very, very generously.
Thank you.
Please take some time off and sleep.
I will.
And yeah, she'll just carry that ring with her for the time being, just waiting for a good moment, because she already kind of asked Hilary once if she wanted to get married, just in case before they die. That wasn't the right moment. She was aware of that at the time being, but you know, you live and you learn. And yeah, she just, I think after, roughly a year after the Battle of Akros, Xanthia will take Hilary out for a very nice walk in the evening, and then just very, very simply ask her, how about now?
Wait, is this serious? This is not a life or death moment? We're not about to fight something?
No, this is just plain boring. Do you want to spend the rest of your life with me?
No, Hilary will also go on her knees and go, of course, Xanthia!
Aww. And she kisses her, and then puts the ring on her hand.
And you put the ring on her finger. Who presides over the matrimonial ceremony?
Scottinus would offer if you wanted him to.
Yeah.
So would Botch.
No, you're our flower pal.
Yeah. Bacchus is the flower pal.
A
I will ruin. I will object at the wedding.
You can certainly try.
A wedding presided over by Fatica is not the most usual, but it is still it is an affair nonetheless. And I will lead that up to Kilira, the final person of the evening. You had something you wish to do. Would you like to do it?
Yeah, I think they're just simple things. They're not really like big things. I think after everything that happened, they returned home for a little bit. I think in a shocking twist, Hilera will become involved in politics.
You hear like a record scratch, like it's just like the world, like, excuse me.
Yeah, everyone's shocked. So is Hilera. But yeah, she'll help wherever she can, and try and do a good job to honor her dad. And I think she'll have tea time with Defile and try and help with the kids. She'll drag Amalia to it and Bacchus if she can, to help with the babies, and also just, gossip, see what's going on in town.
That's okay. You do spend a good amount of time helping to rear Aster and Orion for their first 6 months of life. I'm going to ask, and this will be the official final roll of the campaign.
Whoa.
Roll a d20.
Roll a d20. Wait, I'm gonna grab my metal dice again, but I got
Are those the ones I got you?
Yeah.
Yes.
They feel fitting. 11. It's not bad.
One evening, long after your matrimony to Xanthia has been legally codified, you wish upon a star, and you hear just a whirl of feet and motion next to you. The stars are so pretty tonight, dear. You see Ronos next to you, just thumbing like a fig as he's like just eating from a chalice of figs, like just like they're just piled up. It's such a pretty night tonight.
It really is.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing politics now, which I never thought I would do. It's pretty exhausting. It's a lot of words, and I'm usually good with words, but these are smart words.
It's not just intelligence. It is framing intelligence for the stupid, which is the hardest part of politics.
True.
But I know you're up for the challenge. And he just basically slides the chalice of figs towards you.
I'll take one.
Like, as you take one, he sort of puts your hand on, like, he puts his hand over yours.
Okay.
Before you take one,
Okay.
the effects only last 24 hours.
That is confusing. Explain.
Where's the fun in that? All I'll say is, make them count. And it just blurs out of existence, leaving you exactly 11 of these figs.
11 figs. Okay, I'll just grab them and just be like, I don't know, put them in my pocket.
All right. Should either you or Xanthia later consume these figs, they will grant one of you, whoever consumes it, the equipment to father children for 24 hours.
Amalia, when are you babysitting again?
How many kids do you two plan to have?
That's a good question. So you have 11 figs. How many it's up to you how much you time them to like be perfectly like between like who's fertile and whatnot. So describe to me the breakdown of this
Well, they're magical, right? So they don't expire. So those are good to go for.
Yeah, no,
for a
basically
while.
you have 11 instances of 24 hours of one of you having a penis.
Well, we do have a Google Doc.
Yeah. At the moment we've
Allie's
written
leaving.
this. Hey, sit your ass back down, Ellie. Sit your ass back down. Anyways, also, when Hilary gets involved in the politics, I think Hilary and Xanthia get their own place near the ocean as well, and they'll start a little safe house where people that are running from something, anything, doesn't really matter what, can come to them and they'll teach them healing, fighting, gardening, cooking, all the things they might need to know so they can be independent and start their own lives. Hilary will also try and reconnect with the runaway bride. I think her name was Anya or something.
You
Ask her-
reconnect with her easy enough. She's happy.
Ask her if she wants to teach some things to the other people in the safe house.
She does. She offers to teach botany and gardening.
That's what I thought. I also have a hat cannon that the fighters, which are Xanthia, Bacchios, and Amalia, will come together once a year with some of the people from the safe house, and they'll play a competitive game of capture the flag to see who's strongest.
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, I am down.
At this point, it might get more because I know Hilary. They have 4 kids. Their eldest daughter, they adopted.
What a waste
her
of a
name-
fig.
Well, this was before the figs, I think. But they adopted their daughter, Amaris. Their second baby was a fig baby.
Yeah.
And
Who ate the fig?
I think Xanthia ate the fig.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And they called their second baby Bacchios. Because they're
My heart!
Allie, just appreciate that we love you so much that we want to name our baby Bacchios, okay? No, don't get me started.
Oh, and his heart grew 3 sizes that day.
He can't even appreciate the love I'm giving his character. Wow. Look, I had other pitches. We chose
No!
Bacchios.
Don't apologize. I love it.
And then there
I'm crying.
were the twins, which are sometimes called the god twins because they're called after their gods, which is Ricius and Thea.
Oh.
And also they will have, like, was it a cat or a dog?
I think they will have 2 dogs, but I don't
2
remember what we
dogs.
wanted to call them.
I know one of them we wanted to call Tinos after Scotty.
Yeah, and Sonny for Jackson.
Perfect.
But,
Yeah.
And you have your big, wild, rambunctious family.
Oh gods, yeah. Amaris is going to steal all of your weapons.
Yeah.
Well, Amaris picks many fights with Astra and Orion.
Oh, definitely, but she's such a
Also-
good fighter.
Bacchus
And,
Junior
um,
becomes a cleric. Who
Yeah,
actually
So which one
does
becomes a
heal.
cleric?
Bacchios.
Bacchus Junior.
Bacchios Jr. definitely also picks many fights with Cleo.
Of course, BJ becomes a cleric.
Perfect.
And I think Hilary will also visit everyone as much as she can.
Which is plenty because she can run at 340 billion miles an hour.
And
And as you
Right.
all fill each other with your lives. Just this once, everybody gets a happy ending.
Can I add one more thing that's not a happy ending?
Absolutely.
I think as Hilera gets older, I think she'll start to visit Akros more to see her family. And I think after many, many years with Xanthia, I think one morning Xanthia will wake up and Hilera isn't there anymore. And there's just a neatly folded letter where Hilera should be sleeping. And do you open the letter?
Yeah. Where the
Okay.
fuck's my wife?
As you open it, you see that throughout the letter, like, the writing slightly changes, and you realize that Hilera has been writing this letter probably for the past couple of years. Do you want me to read it to you, or do you want me to send it to you? Okay.
Read it, read it, read it.
Read it, read it, read
Okay.
it.
It reads, My dearest Xanthia, Reese and Thea, if you find this, put it back. Why are you snooping through your mother's things? My dear wife, and this is only for the eyes of my dear wife, put it back now! If you're reading this, I've sadly passed on. Or our children have betrayed me and have given you this while snooping through my things. If you read this, tell them I'm very angry, slightly impressed, and love them so very much. Anyways, if I planned this right, you're reading this after I've died. I'm so sorry. During our adventures with Tempest, I will forever remember the moment I knew I was falling for you. We were on the boat on our way to that dreaded island with the blue dragon, and you took the time to talk to me about my fight with Skotinos. I remember thinking about how you were going to face the monster that killed your family, but you were worried about me. I remember wanting to tell you how I felt, but I couldn't. I was terrified you wouldn't feel the same. Once again, I fell for someone while they were about to face their worst enemy. And once again, I was running from those emotions. That didn't last very long. My dearest, when I fell in love with you, my world started spinning. And that feeling has never stopped. I'm madly in love with you. As time slips through our fingers, I find myself dreading the passing of it. It pains me to think about a time where I'm not by your side. Yet I find peace in the thought that you will watch our children grow. You'll be there through laughter and tears. Tell them I love and miss them so very much. Xanthia, you deserve a life filled with love, laughter, joy, and companionship. My dearest, please remember that my deepest wish for you is to find that joy once more. And one day, when the tide takes you to me once more, I will be there to greet you. In the meantime, I have a new mission. Or two. I need to find our party and annoy the shit out of them. I'll tell them you say hi. After that, I need to catch up with some people about their daughter. Do you think your parents will like me? I'll tell them all about you. Only the good, my dearest. No worries. Your love, always, Hilera.
And on that perfect note, that is where we'll end this campaign. Thank you, Vila. I couldn't have asked for a more perfect ending. Thank you to everyone who has tuned in, new or old, through the ages. It's been almost 4 years in the making, but we got there. We've lost old bonds and made new bonds along the way, but I love you all very much. Thank you all so much for coming along on this ride that I constructed and trusting me enough to come along on it. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you. I love you all. Kicking off with the easiest one. Morse, would you like to tell these fine folks about yourself? Or about something?
Hello. I don't know what to say now, really. For everyone that's jumped on, either been with us the whole route or kind of has joined us kind of as it's gone along. For anyone that might be listening to these kind of in the past as well, because they're all available as well. Thank you for listening to it all, and thank you to everyone around the table as well. We've had a whole whirlwind of different personalities in the game, and it's been real, y'all. And I cannot wait to see what happens with the next story. If you've all enjoyed this, as I've said time and time again, the best way to support it is by throwing those that give those unique kind of twists to the campaign that is the 5e system or whatever system you're using, some hard-earned bucks. I have managed to get through with 16 levels worth of Benevolent Evil's Blood Sorcerer class, and it's been absolutely mental. There were some of those spells that were ready that I didn't get around to using. There were some absolute corkers hidden there as well as some pretty mad abilities thrown in there that worked really well. Some of the artworks that we've had from the start, again, a big shout out to Art Delamar for first creating the original artworks that we had. I didn't think I could properly visualize Skatinos. Like from a storytelling or a narrative standpoint, I could visualize in terms of telling a story about him. But when I first saw that artwork, it was the first time he became a real flesh and blood or whatever was left in his body character. And that was a huge that was like a linchpin in terms of how I was able to kind of think a little bit more in terms of how he moved, acted. I mean, we're always sat down, but it gave me something to kind of work off especially when he started playing with some more of the otherworldly guys stuff. The tokens that we've had for the whole game have been mental. Romeo's got a massive stash from all over and I can't remember all the ones we've come from there as well. Some of the maps we've had have been absolutely mental. I'm just used to just using grids and maybe like a little squiggle that looks vaguely like maybe a map and maybe a door, I don't know. But the maps we've had have been absolutely smashing, especially some of the underwater effects we've had. Again, Thassa's the layer inside that city when we were dealing with the sharky, the fishy. Amazing. Just loved everything about that. And all those things have been made by people that have just created content for this game. And it's been loads, and it's made such a big impact on the game. I've always talked about it as my thing, as like, this is a way that we kind of support it. But when you realize how many different places we pull together stuff that other people have kind of made, it's a lot. And if it wasn't there, the campaigns wouldn't be nearly as varied and wild as they are. So if you know someone who is a content creator, show them your love. See what content they're doing. Start utilizing it. Support their channel. Start mentioning their names. Throw them some currency if you can. And if you are a content creator, for the love of God, please don't stop, because I don't know how this game could possibly continue without all the mad creative shit that you guys can do. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everything you guys do. And that is it from me.
Couldn't have asked for a more perfect sign-off. Ali, you're up.
I've got to follow that.
Yeah, you do. Batter up, Buttercup.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Hi. I'm a creator, I guess. I do lots of actual minis and cosplay armor and weapons and stuff. So, yeah. I just want to say thanks for letting me join the campaign, everyone. I was the last in, so I thought, hey, guess what?
I was the last in.
No, you two are tied. You two are tied. Don't sell yourself short, Ali.
All right. Well, I was one of the last in, and I thought any moment. Oh yeah, guess what, Ali? You're not really fitting in with the group. So see you later.
Just touch and go at times, but
Yeah, I know.
No, you stop that right now, Moss. Ali, I need you to know right now. From the moment you joined us, you were the glue that made this campaign work in many ways.
No. But thank you very much.
Yes, you shut your whole mouth and you accept it.
That's no way to talk to your boyfriend.
God, that reminds me of what my mouth would be like if I was to tell you what Cinderella did when she got to the ball. But yeah, I've had an absolutely fantastic time playing D&D. I play D&D IRL, I play D&D virtually, and I've had an absolutely fantastic time. So yeah, I look forward to campaign 2. It's going to be a different character from me. It's not what when I say I'm going to be a bard, it is not what you guys are going to expect. So yeah, look forward to doing that. And
I look forward to it as well.
Oh, it's going to be good. And if you guys want anything made or painted or anything else, just hit me up on Instagram. It's at DndUnleashed.
Some advertisement. Oh shit! I just disconnected my microphone. 1 second. Hold on.
I mean,
Just
I love you
select
saying
the
you.
advertised
How can we hear
to
you
its
then?
fullest.
If you just text with your microphone. Oh, dope.
Oh, he's got the paintwork done. Oh, he's trying to put it on over his headphones. Nice. Oh, the paintwork's on the way. Nice.
I'm still working on the paint, yeah, but and I'm sure you can hear the echo, but could not have asked for a more perfect helmet. Look at the detailing on this shit. 3D printed to perfection.
And I'll be bringing all of your plates next weekend.
Cannot wait.
All of your Mandalorian armor.
Look at this gloriousness.
Can't wait. But yeah.
And on that note, that brings us swiftly onwards to Virla, let's say.
Hi.
Hi.
I play D&D sometimes. Sometimes I like to make people cry.
Like
Mostly
tonight
I like to
and
make
me.
people laugh.
It's called
Like
dacrophilia,
tonight
if
and
anyone's
me.
curious.
What?
It's called dacrophilia.
I'll believe you.
Yep.
Take your word for it.
Ditto.
But yeah, I play D&D sometimes. Most of my games are on hold. Don't know what to tell you. See you guys back here in a few weeks, I guess.
Very true. We're gonna have definitely some interim content before we pick up with campaign 2, probably around the March-April period next year. Still working on those details, but there'll be plenty of interim content, including minor spoilers. I'm chatting with Hannah about her designs for a mini campaign with a new game system that may or may not rhyme with Andella Bobscura. But I'm talking to her on Monday about that, so tomorrow. And I will relay the information to the rest of you all. But I will be a player if that does come to pass. So I can make your guys' lives a living hell. But we'll see about that. I will talk to Hannah, and I will let you guys know. Hannah, as you know, played your favorite Hecaton Goliath in that Horror Halloween one-shot. And stay tuned for more information. Rounding us off. Actually, so I'll defer at this point, to Violet. Would you like to tell us about yourself?
Well, first and foremost, I would like to say how much I love 1, 2, 3, 4, all 5 of you, from the bottom of my heart. Okay, so starting off, my boyfriend who puts up with a lot of shit and has to keep explaining my armor and what something means, and you put up with a lot of fattiness. I love you.
I love you too.
And I am so sorry for future reference what you're going to put up with for Cleo, because as Ali knows, she will make you go insane. So I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart now. Villa, it has been a pleasure to see you in real life, hugging you, being like, oh my god, she's a giant, but she's so pretty.
She really is.
You're like Tinkerbell, but 6 foot in real life. And I love you, and I'm so thankful to have you as one of my best friends. Tomorrow, you are absolutely like a pleasure. You are an actual Tinkerbell. Like, you're so small and you're cuddly, but like, you're kind of like the person that if I needed advice, I know I can come to you and you will like beat up anyone that hurt me and just be there for me. And I love you so much.
Or prevent you from beating someone up. That's also very handy sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like me and Vela would gladly beat up someone, whereas Tamara's like, no, guys, just keep back. But me and Vela are chaos in real life, so she has to put up with both of us at the same time, and it's not okay. Morse, you are literally a blessing in disguise, because you're just awesome. And sometimes really weird, but I love your weirdness. Never change. And last but not least, Ali, you are absolutely a cool, badass giant in real life. And we love you. And you take all the compliments because you're amazing. And you are also, weirdly enough, have this weird sort of boyfriend romance with my boyfriend. And I will always be like, I will give you my blessing if that ever turns into something.
Ali, heart emoji.
He's not going to send you one back. Oh,
yes!
he will. Okay. But yeah, you guys are.
What we share is deeper than any hetero romance can fulfill.
6 inches deeper.
Damn straight.
Title of their sex tape.
Morse.
But no, like literally all 5 of you are literally my D&D family, and I love you to pieces. And I can't wait for campaign 2 to see like all like the more weirdness of our characters and like how that's gonna go. And I would also like to say sorry to all 5 of you again, because Cleo's gonna be kind of a bitch. So just a little bit of a warning.
And you'll hear about all of that soon enough.
And I have Instagram that is going to be more fashion forward in the new year, because I have done content that I have saved up. And pre-bonus, babe, if we do go Italy, you're going to have to take shots of me in the snow, and I'm sorry about that. Pre-hand.
Don't apologize. I doubt we're going to have to take too many shots of you in the snow, because it'll be too cold and you'll like sleep until like 2 p.m.
No, like if it's for like fashion and stuff like that's another side of me you haven't seen yet. So good luck with her.
Damn, so that's what it takes to get you up early in the morning, like a fashion shoot.
I love you.
Today I learned.
So yeah, my Instagram is Violet_Riddle_, and that will be mostly cosplay and fashion in the new year. And loads of like behind the scenes of how I'm gonna be making my cosplays, because I have like really weird friends that like really weird niche cosplay groups, so that would be cool.
Perfect. And to round us off, Tamara, take it away.
Cool, no pressure at all. Hi, I'm Tamara. Apparently, I'm now known for crying on the internet. Thanks, Gerlin. Love you. What a wonderful campaign that was. What a crazy 2 years. I really should have prepared something nice to say, but let's just say I love you all. I can't wait to do it all again, and also see you again at Con next year. Yeah, friendships, that cross from the internet into the real life are the best. Can highly recommend. And yeah, if you want to follow me somewhere on the internet, most places that's at mar_innated, except for Instagram, where it's mar_innated. And who knows, maybe I'll finally get out of my posting slump and post cosplay, traveling pictures, whatever. Maybe some behind the scenes D&D stuff for our interim content. Who knows? Stay tuned. And yeah, come back, please.
Yeah, definitely stay tuned for interim content. More updates on that on our official Discord. You can join that, but I will share the official link now. Let me just mute the official Discord. Thank you, Tamara. Thank you, all of you. I will begin first and foremost by saying tonight is the best night to join our Discord because going forward, like, there will be several months of interim content before we pick up either in March or April of next year with the start of Campaign 2. There'll be lots of one-shot stuff, maybe some Candela Obscura stuff. We're still working out the details. But also like one-shots where we see guest characters reprise their roles. And just all of that and more. And I want to begin first and foremost by giving a bunch of people a bunch of different shout-outs. And I'm gonna pull up Instagram because I got to, like, there's too many of them to pull up. So I'm gonna start first and foremost with the most obvious one, which is Relentless, spelled like Rhiannon, R-H-I, Lentless, or like Rhiannon, who created the character of Defili, which had such reverberations that echoed throughout this campaign. A huge shout out to sorry, I'm just pull up Zach FB, or just Zach, the perfect gentleman, and his iconic portrayal of Lezeros, the Hecatan Goliath, who polymorphed Botch into a French rabbit. A huge shout out to, I want to get this right. Yes, Dafuck is in D-A-P-H-U-C-K as the character who played Eudokia. So the player who played Eudokia, the Dryad half-nymph, who helped be a guest and ease Hilira into this campaign.
I'm so sorry I immediately downed us.
She's cool. Don't worry. I work with her every day. She's cool. And a huge shout out to all the guests that are to come. Whatever form they take. Huge shout out definitely to Hannah. And what is her official handle? Sorry, I'm a little... Does she have like a...
Raging Babes Rights.
Yeah, Raging Babe Wrighton, aka Hannah, for her glorious appearance during the Halloween one-shot and her glorious appearances going forward. No more spoilers, though. I will keep that hidden under wraps. As for me, you can find me on...
You forgot Alex!
Don't forget Alex!
Oh, fuck, sorry. I am very drunk. Alex Heaton. That's pretty much his name on Instagram. Unless anybody knows it off by heart. No, just Alex Heaton.
Alex Lee Heaton.
Yeah, Alex Lee Heaton, Heaton. And you can find him on TikTok at, Xanderly, Sorry, too many burps. XANDERLEE for all of that content, for being the wisest, sagest warrior centaur, that Theros has ever did see. We appreciate you, and we can't wait to see you join the main cast in next campaign. Oh, he just revealed something. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. As for me, you can find all my cosplay content at Electrum, like the metal that was used as a currency in ancient Greece, _cosplay. And you can find all the show's socials at DC30 official _ whatever needs be. DC30 official on all platforms. You'll find it. We're going to do a raid in a second, but first and foremost, it's been an honor and a privilege gaming with you all. This is DC30 signing off. I accidentally switched to like the Be Right Back screen. This is DC30 signing off officially for campaign 1 for the last time. Don't forget to love each other. We feel the love and we hope you are loved. And we'll see you next time in the new year or sooner. Stay tuned. Join our Discord and find out more about all of that. Have a good evening.